Hello, 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 and welcome to, you guessed it, Q&A Thursday right here at the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel. Welcome.
Very
and,
nice.
Of course, I'm Dane Hennon. To my right, Levi Gates.
Howdy, howdy.
And to my left, of course, Anthony Fisher.
Thanks for having me, Dane. Glad to be here.
Of course. Welcome all. And for those of you watching, thank you for joining us. And make sure you tell your friends, too. If they're remotely interested in detailing or car stuff, this is the place to be right now every Thursday. So, what about housekeeping? What do we got going on?
Well, Dane, we just got finished making a detailing video. Out there,
did.
and
For an upcoming sale.
for an upcoming, an upcoming something. I mean, I don't know if it's a sale or not yet at this point, but I mean, possibly. All I know is that my feet are soaked.
So are mine. Absolutely.
I'm a little sweaty, and
trench
that's
foot.
all right. A little trench foot, it's okay, right? In the trenches, right?
That's right.
With trench foot. But we just finished making this video, and so we think that a lot of people like that. It's a lot of fun. It's quirky, right? You guys love us for our quirky videos. But besides that, what else? We had a couple meetings this week, a couple company-wide meetings this week as well.
Yeah.
And so going over some upcoming exciting things with the storefront that is still in production, or still not in production, still in...
It's coming along though. They got the
construction
walls.
phase.
They got the walls up. They got the ceiling in the store itself.
It's looking
I
good.
asked him about the bathroom. I said, when's that bathroom happening?
Yeah,
That's all you care
the foreman was like,
Why do you care so much?
he kept going like, that's all you asked.
I said, I just want to go look at it.
Yeah.
I just want to go take a peek.
And then he had a question about water spots, and you were like, well, let's talk about that bathroom.
Talk about
some
that
more
bathroom
first.
before we jump to those water spots,
Yeah.
right? But that's exciting. So that's one big thing. And other than that, though, I mean, we're still ripping away, right? And so it's been, we haven't had a sale, but it's been pretty consistent with orders and whatnot. I mean, we're in detailing season right now.
Well, we're reshuffling space around here.
Yeah.
So like our Amazon warehouse next door to us is in flux
All
at
those
the
shelves
moment.
came out.
All the shelves
Crazy.
came out. They're getting ready to reorganize. Warehouse B is getting reorganized as well for shipping and receiving. The chocolate factory is getting reorganized.
Yeah.
You know, everything is getting we're using this partial downtime, or not really downtime,
It's
but
not really
but
down- it
it's
doesn't look
it's
like
the moment,
downtime.
a calm before the storm, so
Right.
to speak,
Yeah.
of us, that we're able to get these kind of things done so that we can get ready to get geared up again in time and ready to go for end of the summer and into the fall season, because we got a lot of other things coming and
Yeah.
happening, and I think you guys are going to be really excited about it.
Yeah, no, there's a lot
Agreed.
to be excited about, especially if you're local with the store finally,
Yeah,
coming
that'll be
around.
great.
A lot of people have been asking for years at this point, so just hold on a little longer, guys.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, just another busy week, and looking forward to some exciting weeks in the future. Quick update here, actually really quick. This would be a good time to talk about this. The Grand Ambassador Showdown, right?
Yeah.
It's still happening, right?
Yeah.
So I just got done filling out, or I guess making a few of the forms and
So
whatnot.
Grand Ambassador Showdown, take us back.
Yeah.
It was first teased upon.
Gosh, I think months ago. I think, technically it was TRCMA.
TRCMA was teased.
So it was teased at TRCMA, and then for the last couple months, I've just been kind of toying around with different ideas and kind of things.
Building
Building it out. Things that are possible, things that aren't possible, and trying to make it somewhat of a realistic, realistic opportunity for all of the runner-ups of our Grand Ambassador program. So what I mean by this
The
is...
best of the best.
it's like I want it to be...
Or the best of the rest.
The best of the rest.
The best of the rest.
I want it to be, high stakes. I want it to
Right.
be fun.
Well, you want them to put their actual life on the line. That's part of is that you were talking
Preferably.
about a contract
Yes.
that you wanted signed.
It's like a John Wick style contract.
A soul
yeah.
contract.
Exactly.
I hope the dogs are okay.
Yeah.
Well, our friends at Liquid Death do that. You can sell your soul to them if you'd like as well, and get access to their country club.
Yeah. But no, on a real note, I mean, I'm just wanting everything to go smoothly and trying to build out what kind of perks and benefits there are for everybody. And I believe I kind of have it pinned down now to where I think it's manageable for myself to be able to do. And I think it's going to be a ton of fun. So, again, for our runner-ups, that's still, listen to the show, I'm sure there's a few of you out there, just know that you may have another chance to get back into the ring. It is going to be a survey or like a questionnaire you're going to have to fill out.
Yeah.
And then depending on that questionnaire, we'll be going through and judging and picking a handful of people that will compete in the Grandmaster Showdown. And so I'm excited. I just want to see.
I'm very excited. I'm also excited to see some of the answers to that questionnaire, because one of them I found was very exciting, and I was very I was flattered by the question.
Yeah.
But it was I don't know if I can say it.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to.
The only people who can fill it out are the people right there.
It's
so
true.
It's not ruining it for the general
I mean,
public. It's okay.
I might just hold off.
Yeah, just hold off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'll let them read it and see, and then we'll go from there.
But we will be resuming the normal Grandmaster program in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be finishing out 2023 with the Grandmaster Showdown, and then 2024 we'll be re-kickstarting it. Basically,
Grandmaster 2.0.
It's kind of a 2.0 version. Let's just say I had a lot of ideas that I wanted to incorporate into this new program.
Yeah.
And some of the ideas I had, I don't know how feasible they are or how realistic it is. And I don't know if they necessarily add any benefit to the Grandmasters, right? Other than some of the things we'd already been doing. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like, did I overthink certain things? Did I was trying to work with people and get ideas, and everybody goes, yeah, it's a great idea. But then I was actually thinking about how that would work.
There's hurdles to all this
There's certain
stuff.
hurdles that didn't make sense, and I go that it wasn't quite ready yet this year, and so that's why we'll knock out the finale or the showdown, and then jump into maybe 2.0 version of Grandmaster, where every people, all people can apply for this.
Yeah,
so everybody can.
It. Very nice.
Anyways, Dane, let's jump into some Q&A questions.
Yes, of course. Let's get those questions up on the screen, starting with Hans saying hello and Stroopwafels ready. Let's go.
Thank you, Hans. Augie got his day started as I dropped him and his sister off at my mom's house by wanting to make a stop and pick up some delicious Stroopwafels for the morning. He said that. He goes, I need to stop at the store, get some Stroopwafels, take over to Pizza's house. I said, oh, very nice.
Man
that is
on a
something.
mission.
Yeah. And so while he was there, we picked out some Stroopwafels. And then he goes, I said, I'll get the Stroopwafels. Don't worry about it. And he goes, well, then I'm going to use this $5 that he helped from washing the red truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
He took his $5, ran over to the toy department or toy shelf, I guess, at this gas station.
Yeah.
Grabbed a flashlight.
Oh, cool.
And I said,
all kids love flashlights.
Kids love flashlights,
Handy.
right? So I
Great
thought,
tool.
smart, real great. And then I go, how much? What are you getting a flashlight for? And he goes, it's no ordinary flashlight, old man. I said, pays for it? It's a shocker flashlight. It's the kind that when you push, it's got a sneaky button that is a trick.
Wow.
You push the back of it to turn the light on. But if you push the silver button on top, it's going to shock you.
That's very on brand,
that
Augie.
doesn't sound
Perfect.
fun.
And he was like, I can't wait to show this off to Pita. And I said, please don't shock my mother with your flashlight.
Yeah.
And he goes, and then he got in the Suburban. He's like, Hadley, we're going to time ourselves today and see how long each of us can hold on to this thing while shocking themselves.
Oh,
And
no.
I said, well, that'll be fun.
That's good, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Life of a kid.
Good stuff.
We got a Dan Pfeiffer with a good afternoon and a word up from Minnesota,
classic.
USA. Happy Friday Eve to your seeing. Washing the wife's car today. Clean car equals happy wife.
Very nice,
call.
Dan. Very
Good
nice.
Brilliant. Detailing LLC says, hey guys, would Goof Gummy Fix work on plastic running boards?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem there. Jojo Crawdaddy saying, sup, gents. And then
dude?
a quick question saying, what is the preferred method for spot removal on Diamond Pro coated glass? Asking since Carpo Spotless jacked up my glass when I've heard it's safe to use on coatings.
That's when I would just grab some Clarity Cream, honestly. I would grab some Clarity Cream, put it on a towel, and just wipe some spots.
It's kind of hand polished.
Yeah, just lightly clean it off. It shouldn't be that hard to remove.
Go easy
try
on
a
it.
Clarity Cream compound, see what happens.
Sure.
We have Raphael saying, what's up, TRC? Happy Friday
What's
Eve.
up,
We got a lot of
dude?
highs
Hey,
here
hey.
in the chat.
Yep.
And then we have Spencer Forbes, right? Any relation to the Forbes?
Magazine Forbes.
Right? Am I right? He says, Hyperseal is easily one of the best products I have ever used, but the $55 price point bottle is crazy.
I know, but it's nice. It's worth it.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But you have to think about it. I mean, how long does a hyper still last? It lasts freaking forever.
Like an entire year on the surface.
One spray covers a whole
Yeah.
panel.
You're using maybe 5 total sprays.
That is the thing to
Maybe.
bear in mind with most Optimum products. They go further than comparable products from other brands.
The key is to not go overboard.
So the price is more to do. I mean, it ends up being even by the time you actually see what kind of performance you get per dollar. I would say. That's fair.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because it is expensive to get into the door, but once you have it, that bottle's going to last forever.
It should, anyway.
Darren says, gotta miss tonight.
Aw.
We'll catch up tomorrow. Bad day at Harry Housewife HQ. Love seeing you guys in Harry Housewife merch. Looking good, guys. Much
Thank you
love.
for that.
Everyone make sure to
Thank
like
you.
and subscribe. Thank you, Darren. We hope
Darren,
everything
I've
gets
been
better
eating
for
that
you.
honey every single day.
No, he has.
He's been
He's
loving
been
the
coming in
honey.
and telling everybody,
Yeah.
hey, so I had some honey this morning. Hey, so I had this honey this morning.
Dude,
It's
I'm
been
starting
consistent.
my day since I've gotten those jars in that bottle.
Yeah.
I'm starting my morning with a spoonful of honey
Yeah.
every morning, and a spoonful of the honey from the comb, and I can taste the comb
difference.
is so much sweeter now.
Is it?
Like it is. The honey is so much sweeter.
So what are you noticing about your health when with the scoop of honey
I'm
every morning?
far stronger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm able to.
You're feeling energized too
I'm
in the
able to
morning.
do over 150 push-ups.
That is insane.
Lord.
When a
Wow.
week ago I couldn't even do maybe 2.
That's like queen bee strength is what that is.
It's very strange. I
That's
also
nuts.
have been able to sleep better.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know
I don't
if
even know
that's,
if that's an
an
effect of that.
But I will just say I have been having a spoonful of the honey every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Just a small, I just dip it in, just put it on my tongue, get just a little hit.
Yeah.
Right, and then I open the box and I get a little bit of the honeycomb honey itself, not the comb.
Yeah.
I kind of just drain it a little bit, get a little bit in there,
Yeah.
have a little hit of that,
Okay.
and then that's it. And then I go about my day, and it's delightful. It's a wonderful way to start the morning.
I think Darren needs to start
Noted.
his honey. I think he needs to expand
Yeah.
his honey business.
I'm doing it mostly because I love the flavor of it, and it actually
Yeah.
is something to look forward to in the morning. To go, oh, well, give me a little bit of
Yeah.
this. So it's been very nice.
Have you ever thought
Thank
about
Darren.
beekeeping yourself?
No, but my brother-in-law does.
I know, but what would
it's close enough
But,
for
but
him.
Yeah, I don't know.
would you feel comfortable
No,
being a beekeeper?
not at all.
That's why.
Not at all.
Not at all. So I've been watching those videos.
I'm
where-
nice to bees because of that. I we
Respect
built
bees.
we built a bee water in the yard for a number of years. When I see them, I feel bad when they land in my bucket of soapy water.
Oh,
I'm like, say sorry, ladies.
It's
You know.
Love
tough.
bees.
It's tough.
Hate hornets and
Yeah,
wasps.
that's the tough part.
Yeah.
It's
Gotta
figuring,
divide there.
figuring out which is which at that time because
Yeah.
what will happen is I'll see a bee and I can see its little furriness and I go, oh, that's cute, right?
Yeah.
Just a little
That's a
honey,
sweet
just,
bee.
Pretty
just,
lady.
just a little
Yeah.
honeybee just going around doing work, right?
She's just
Yeah.
working. That's all.
Just working, just out on a day, 9 to 5, right? Before
Yeah.
catching some good Z's tonight, right? But then I'll be like, it's a bee, and I look over it, and it's a freaking wasp.
and it's
actually-
shiny.
It's
and
actually a
yeah.
wasp.
Yeah.
Because you can see the way they're flying.
They're hanging.
It's almost like they're hanging on ape
It's
hangers.
yellow
Yeah.
and black.
they're right. It's almost like they're riding choppers.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're coming around.
it's a biker gang. Is
It's
what
more
what
like
it is. It's what it
A
is.
giant flying ant or a
It's
flying-
Sons of Anarchy in a bee version.
Yeah, and you're like, oh no, and that's when you want to bring the kids in.
Sons of
You wanna-
Anarch bee.
Anarch
Yeah.
bee, yeah, and I don't like
Yeah.
it, man. So that's figuring out which is which can be kind of stressful at the time, but honeybees are great. You don't want to hurt them. But I do watch those videos where those guys save the bees, right? So I saw this guy
Yeah.
who went up to like this deck, this old wooden deck that was like kind of old and decrepit. Apparently there was a bee problem. Well, he goes up to this deck and he starts pulling up panels from the deck.
Whoa.
And dude,
It's
the
a
whole
huge-
inside
huge
of the
nest.
deck was just full honeycombs.
Whoa.
All the way inside, and I'm like, look, my mouth
You're
was
like-
watering, and I'm like,
You're like, is this the right
You're thinking
response?
of
I'm
your
not
Cro
sure.
Magnum man where you're about
Yeah.
ready to. I'm,
yeah,
Just full on Homer
might have to-
drooling.
yeah, I'm gonna have to just put my hand in there, right? Yeah, stick my hand into the pot.
Eddie Cologne says, "Good day, everyone. Good day to you, sir." All right. We got Brian here.
Hey guys, for a car with striped stickers, would you have to remove them for a ceramic coating, and PPF can't go over the stripes either? So if you're talking about like racing stripes or decals, you can coat over them. You don't have to remove them to ceramic coat. However, you cannot coat the surface and then put PPF or those stickers and stuff back on top. So you need to remember that as well. So you coat after everything's all done. So
Didn't not to I would believe that's normally true, but didn't Optimum have a process?
they did at one
where
point,
they
but it
coat
didn't.
and then
it
PPF
didn't-
and then coat
Yeah,
again?
they don't do that anymore.
Okay,
So
must not have
yeah.
been the way to go.
Franco saying, "What up, losers? What's up, dude?"
What's up, losers?
Joey Belinsky saying, "Happy Thursday, everybody! Ready for the good vibes today?" I'll tell you, I've been reading the latest Joey Belinsky novel.
Have you?
And wow, real Reacher-sized gentleman.
Yeah.
there.
Crazy.
Good for him.
Actually, no,
Pretty-
it's the latest Jack Reacher novel.
Pretty
That's what I've been
exciting on this one.
This one's a good one.
I'm guessing he's a pretty big guy.
He's a pretty big guy.
Pretty big guy.
Yeah.
They've been sending out EPBs through this network,
that
the
even
Shadow
means.
Network.
That
All
sounds
points
ridiculous.
bulletin about keeping an eye out for a
All
really
points
big guy.
Belinsky. All right.
Just can't believe how many
Real big
references
guy.
there are.
This
in
is
that.
they
He's
keep
not
saying
that big.
it.
He was 6'5".
Yeah, they just say he
He's a
looks
big
like
guy.
he's a big guy, real big guy, like 6'5", 6'6",
Yeah.
and
What, 200,
got a lot of weight. That's all they
220
keep
pounds,
saying.
right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Just a couple inches
I
shorter.
mean, I'm 5'8"
Yeah.
with the weight of a guy who's 6'8", so.
Dang, it's all right.
All right, we got Mike Reyes saying, "Hello, my fellow detail enthusiasts." Hello, right back.
Howdy, howdy.
And Eddie said, "Oh, he's saying hello to other people, huh?" Strong words, says Frank.
Everyone's saying hello. Jojo
Yes.
Crawdaddy saying, "I used Cerakote trim coat for the first time last week. Man, I was blown away. Cerakote's a good company. They make some neat stuff."
They
There we
they
go.
do. Their trim products are great. I'm just not a fan of the headlight restoration
Yeah.
kits. That's all. That's any headlight restoration kit
Yeah.
like that.
Fair.
Again, everybody saying hello. Everybody saying hello.
David.
This whole thing is literally
It's just hellos.
people saying hello
Well, you know, I
and
wanna get
reminding
the
themselves
faces out
to
there.
stay hydrated, as always. Hey, Tyler. Hey,
One who shall
Kevin.
remain
Hey,
nameless.
Keith. Hey, Eddie. Hello,
Whatever
David.
the heck your name is.
Hello, everybody. Then,
What is it?
Now
What-
here's a
there we go.
question.
Yeah.
Shine Your Light saying, everyone managing the heat well. I almost passed out today.
Oh,
man,
dang,
that's,
dude.
it's too hot.
What did the nameless man? Didn't he say his name was Steve? Wait, he said my name's actually Kevin. My name's actually Steve. What did he say?
It's one of those.
He threw it out there one time, and it was hilarious.
Jessica.
It's not Jessica. It's me. Hans Closen says, "Where can I sign up for the Sticker of the Month Club?" Hans, I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to figure out a way
Still
to
gotta, still gotta
to like
think about
train a bird, a very large bird, to be able to basically
I
travel.
think a
that
raven
long
could do
distance.
it. I think we could get a raven to do it.
that. I'm not
You know,
necessarily
that
sure
far?
Nate wants to
Maybe.
do that many stickers either.
Across the ocean, maybe
we'll
to
see.
the Netherlands.
Maybe.
Well,
Okay.
it's a long flight.
Demo says, "I hope Levi sells the truck and wins the cheap car challenge."
That's
Don't we all?
basically the consensus. Everybody
wants you to sell it for $1 more than me.
is so excited that there's a chance that I could win the cheap car challenge.
Except he can't.
And the
Because of the technicality.
That's one of the greatest
There was
things.
a time limit
is
rule in place, and it
knowing
expired
that
like 2 years
I have
ago.
that option because the show must go on.
Go back
It never
and look.
ended.
There was a rule about
Yeah.
time.
It was great.
We
I
all
had
met the deadline.
You
You did not.
it wasn't my fault, Dane. I had to have
but it
outside
didn't change
help.
the fact that we all got
So-
stuck. Nobody forced you to
Yep.
buy a car from Oregon with a questionable title.
Hey, the truck was registered just like all of your guys' vehicles.
Yeah, except ours actually got through, so I'm not sure what happened there.
somebody else's name.
Yeah.
That was not the person selling
It just wasn't yours.
No, it was registered in my name. It said Levi Gates.
For a while, and then they didn't let you re-up.
Same as yours.
too
I did
funny.
all the same stuff.
Can you guys actually honestly believe that we were able to
was
find
crazy.
cars that
I
cheap?
know that
It's not
back
a
then,
thing anymore.
You
Like,
can't find those cars like
Dude,
that.
I didn't
that
realize
was
how
it.
outdated that model would be in just a couple of years.
Yeah, we can't find those cars anymore.
No.
No, I just can't believe that was before the boom of used car prices,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
and because that wasn't even. At
It
that
was after
time-
2020.
So it was after 2020, but it wasn't.
There was
in
that
our-
window of time where it was still.
There was there was
Because it was
no,
2021.
Yeah.
We had no idea that there would be a jump in used car prices
Right.
Well,
at that time.
the weird whiplash effect of people trying to buy new cars but not being able to get new cars because there were like chips missing, the shortage, and all that stuff.
And
so
then the
people were
used
turning
cars
to the
going
used
up.
market. So the used market started to pick up, but it started with the more mainstream stuff,
Yeah.
and it didn't get to the niche stuff until later.
Yeah.
So was that during the? I think that was the dip where everything was in a dip, right? Because that was, I think that was when housing prices were also in a dip, or were they on the climb at that time too?
I don't remember about that.
They were.
but think
still calm-ish.
Home-ish, and then interest rates were still good.
Well, the values were rising though
Yeah.
on houses for sure. The interest rates didn't shoot up until the last year.
who posted that?
I didn't do that.
Levi has lost so many.
I
Actually, it
didn't
was
do
more money
that.
on the cheap car challenge for having the truck for so long.
Oh my God, it accrued
hilarious.
interest.
That's easily Gabe. We know that's
think
Gabe.
so.
That's a
But,
very Gabe.
All I know is that, man, I don't think I could go find.
Got him. There he is.
I don't think I could go find another $900 Civic like that.
So I've been
again.
looking. I think I could get a truck. I don't know if I could get it for $900.
I couldn't
I could find it for maybe $1,800,
Dane, you got yours for
$2,000.
$1,500.
Yeah, I couldn't find another 3-liter Z3, like a 6-cylinder Z3, just short of the M, for less than like
What if
$4 or
we?
$5
What
grand
if
at
we?
this point.
What if we pretend
Even
just
in
in the
rough shape.
office
Huh.
to try and find those cars again?
Like a hypothetical?
A hypothetical. Give ourselves like 3 weeks, like a time period. We put it on the calendar.
Yeah.
And we go, okay, by this day, you have to at least show that you could find one.
Just screenshot it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll put it in our group chat or something. We'll put
you
it
guys
in
fail.
Facebook.
You guys. You guys.
Well, the
fail
asking
to
price
acknowledge
and
the
sale
fact that
price are
I
different,
do
too.
that every single day.
No, we already
You
do that.
You do
I'm
that.
always looking for cheap.
We
Honda
always
Civics.
do that. You know that. We
Yeah.
always still do that. I'm just saying we do it in the Facebook group.
Right.
And just for something fun to see if we can even find something like that. You know, the
Yeah.
cheapest version of whatever we could get.
The main rule is it has to be running.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if I can find another
Or
$900 truck
require a
with a
simple
screwdriver
enough
for a.
fix, hypothetically, that
Yeah.
it could run within the time period of you having seen it
Exactly.
and bought it.
Right.
If you can fix it on the spot, then that's okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, are those days over? Are those days long
wondering.
gone?
Like
don't
if
know.
it requires a new fuel pump or an engine swap, that's going to take you a little
Right.
more time.
But like my
so
truck,
that's not-
my truck was fine except for the fact that it had no keys.
I broke my.
that
broke
is
my
a problem.
Car.
I had a screwdriver to start.
I
it.
broke
I had to
my
drive
car
it.
in the
Yeah, you
first
did.
10 minutes of
Yeah,
owning
you
it.
went-
Yeah,
looked at it
well,
and broke
you
it.
were checking the engine while running it and doing.
That's how
silly
you've done
things
your
that
last two cars,
people
though. You
don't
did that on the white
normally
one, and then
do.
you did it on the CRZ. You broke it too.
No, seriously, it was broken.
I
I,
know, I'm
fixed
just
it.
messing
I
with
redeemed myself on that one. But anyways, I don't know. That was so much fun, and I kind of take it for, I don't know, I don't take it for granted, but I miss those days of doing that. That was a ton of
That
fun.
was a fun time, for sure.
All right,
Where
next up
are we?
here, we've got...
Okay, we got to go up to page 3. Oh, jeez. Okay. It's just a whole lot of hellos.
All right.
Oh, my gosh. Kirby,
Wow. And noon
Whoa.
registered 127 degrees. Car hood was 101. Time to quit and go in the AC. Yeah, get
you
out
just
of there.
can't
Oh,
work
man.
effectively
Stay out
on
of
a
there.
surface that hot. It's not going
Yeah.
to do what you want it to do, and those chemicals aren't going to work right.
LHF saying, I can't look at Anthony now after seeing the picture during
Finally,
the countdown."
somebody comments on the thumbnail I made
That
of him.
thumbnail?
He was so panicked. He's like, people are going to think I'm, oh, you
That
can't
thumbnail,
do that.
it's hilarious.
And I was just
though.
like, I'm just going to flip your eyes around, and you're going to be looking at both bottles at the same time.
It was freaking funny.
I just needed something attention grabbing so you guys would tune in here.
It
Guess it
was.
worked.
David Cervantes saying, y'all see the Liquid Death Martha Stewart collab candle. Yes, we
Oh,
did.
dear. That is
Yeah, it
hilarious.
was great.
Happened.
Shine your light saying, shout out to eating ice cream right now. That's a great idea. And then Jay Hall sent this question along saying, I'm going to be helping a buddy install Diamond Body 36 on his Tesla Model Y. Was rewatching Q&A 179, and the CEO said not to use Diamond Body 36 on the side glass or on the side windows or any glass. So, Jay, I will say I have put it on sunroofs. I have no problem putting it on tempered sunroofs. And
You don't
I
need
would
to be able to
say
see through a sunroof to drive.
you'd be okay because I've put this on a number of Mercedes SUVs, Mercedes glass panoramic roofs. You are okay to use Diamond Body 36 on the roof glass. It is a very different type of glass than side glass or front windshield glass. So the reason for not putting it on, not putting Diamond Body 36 on your side windows and your windshields is obviously because that's what diamond glass is for, because of the friction, the movement up and down. When side windows go down,
There's
and
a
up,
safety factor.
it's just to
involved.
protect it's got a better friction resistance with diamond glass than diamond body. But on that top window, it's fixed, so nothing's going to happen. And it doesn't have a wiper or anything on it, so you're fine. That's the biggest thing. You're more than welcome to put it on there.
And if it was
No
a Model
problem.
X and it was the continuous windshield that goes all the way up, you can kind of come up with like a line where you change
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
If you had
basically, if you have to. All right, Graham saying, evening, lads. Hope everyone is well. Hoping to get to play with some Blackstock goodies this coming weekend, weather permitting. Nice.
Hopefully so. At least you guys got some rain. We could
Yeah.
use some more of that.
Superado saying, ladies and gents, what's up?
Hey,
How you
hey.
doing, man? And then Jay Hall saying, can I use Diamond Body 36 on the glass top? How should I tackle the top and large back window? What's the best product for coating the side windows? Diamond glass
There you go.
for that. Use diamond glass for all the glass if you need to. And then make sure that you can use Diamond Body 36 on that roof glass. So, and then Franco agreeing.
Yep.
And then Eddie saying, just get diamond glass for all of that. And then Scott saying, hey, friends, is KCX Microcut the least aggressive abrasive you sell? Technically, yes.
I think there's some-
no. So
there's
Uno Pure.
Well, yeah, Uno Pure is the least aggressive, fully.
Assuming you use it with like a really
Soft
I
pad.
think
gentle pad.
Yeah.
Like, I think Uno Pure is technically the least aggressive because it's like
Because-
lotion. I
Yeah,
mean,
because Advanced technically still has an abrasive in it. And
'Cause
so
it's
does
for fine
and so
tuning,
does
it's
Protect.
not-
Tech has more
for-
of an abrasive in it.
Yeah, and then the polish and seal M301 or whatever.
The green bottle.
Yeah, it has stuff in it too. So
Usually
yeah,
they're
I
all
would say
ones.
Anthony's right. Uno Pure
Uno Pure.
is the least aggressive.
So you're just looking to do really fine work? Is that it?
It's always good to have one on hand.
My guy Kirby says, Levi, can you talk briefly on removing the wrap from Ragnarok? How to remove adhesive layer? Doing another PPF removal.
So Ragnarok was easy because it was warm. I let it sit outside and then wiped it off or just peeled it off with the family. Kids and
How
Carly
much
grabbed.
adhesive was left over after you
Not
pulled
much.
it? Really?
Yeah, not much. And one of the great things is panel wipe. G-Technic's panel wipe works really good at removing some of that. I had little glue left, very little glue
Nice.
on the truck. And I think that's just how well I prepped and cleaned the surface beforehand. So I just used panel wipe on some of those spots. I mean, realistically, for myself, I would have just used lacquer thinner and
Yeah.
wiped everything off. But I used panel wipe, and it was really nice how well it worked. Now for Kirby, for PPF,
yeah, that's a
removing
little
like you did
different.
on that big RV, that's a hard one. I would try to go for the 3M adhesive remover. I'd grab some Ulex. Anthony, what did you find worked the best for you in your case
Without spoiling this weekend's video.
for getting PPF off in your experience?
Man,
The glue.
I don't know. It's all a nightmare.
No,
It's always a night. It's always going to be a nightmare.
It's a freaking nightmare. But that was the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
It was like it was
15 years old.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Well, I'll give a shout to KCXT,
Yeah.
KCX Ulex. Ulex really softened things quite a bit, though, so I had to be careful with scrapers. T didn't soften things as much. Yeah. T was I mean I really liked T.
KCXT is currently on the website.
Yeah.
That is
You can pick
new
that up
in
and
the
try
shop.
it and see if you want there.
But yeah,
Kirby.
generally speaking, PPF is always going to be a much bigger bear than removing vinyl
Yeah.
wrap.
I think
is.
there's just because there's more adhesive. I mean, it's just a thicker.
There's a density difference
It's
too.
a thicker, more
in
dense
the
adhesive
material.
than wrap. So next up here we have Franco that says, J Hall, also make sure you use the body prep from Diamond Pro. It's formulated for DB36, same with Diamond Glass, correct.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
glass
keep 'em-
and the
And then Levi, your
Body
mother
is different.
says that Augie did not shock me.
Oh, good. Oh,
Good.
I want my chicken fajitas. The Bearded Hunter says, what is up, my dudes? Hope
Hey.
your week is going well. Have you used KCX Polestar as a general interior cleaner? And if so, what are your thoughts? I have, and I do use Polestar as a general interior cleaner.
Yeah,
I
works
dilute
fine.
it. I dilute it anywhere from, I kind of eyeball it, 10 to 1, 15 to 1 with distilled water. It's great. It's great for just quick touch-ups. It's great at a stronger dilution for more serious stuff. But, yeah, there's no harm that's going to be done on plastics, no harm that's going to be done on carpet, light leather cleaning and things like that. It's freaking awesome, dude. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Polestar
Nice.
is great.
there you go.
Eddie Clone says, if you need something with less abrasive, sure if the rag company carries, but McKee's cleaner, polish, slight abrasive, and you can coat over it.
Hey,
Never
give
used
that
it.
a shot. Nothing wrong with that.
Gary from Long Island saying, "Can I put Hyperseal on fresh painted quarter panel? Thanks."
Yeah, you could.
Oh man, on
Hyperseal?
a fresh painted quarter panel.
Well, you
could.
definitely don't want to coat it.
It's not gonna.
Sealing it.
How? Well, hold on. I mean, how fresh are we talking?
I mean,
Like,
if he
Gary-
says fresh, I bet it's from the last 2 or 3 weeks.
I mean, I just
That
wouldn't-
seems pretty fresh.
well, just there's no reason to. Not yet.
After
give-
a month, it's
Give it time.
not as fresh. Yeah.
To realize.
You never
it's
know. You never
time.
know. Maybe he's got to get it out. But yeah, I would say yes. You're okay to do that.
I don't know.
Anthony says he
I'm gonna
wants you to hold off a bit.
I'm going to say hold off.
Like, say the spoiler on my Flex I just got. I just had it painted by Dave, and that was all of, like, less than a
Yeah, I'd
week
throw it
ago.
on there. I wouldn't care.
And it's okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd be all right
okay.
with it. Woo J saying, have you guys ever used the PNS leather protection for interior dressing? Hope all is well, fellas. So in a pinch, yes. If I've run out of one of the dressings and I have some leather dressing, then yes, I will squirt some into a bottle and shake it up with some water and try and break it down a little bit and emulsify it, mix it in with something else, another type of dressing, and kind of create a light, mistable dressing that I can wipe on and wipe off and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I have, but I wouldn't recommend it. I only use it when I'm like literally out of everything and I'm stuck. So
Sam Taylor says, what's up, everyone? Hope you're all having a great Friday Eve. Thank you,
back
Sam.
at you, Sam. And a bunch of talk about Saharan dust storms. Let's see. We got Randy here saying, so nice to catch the live. Going to be a great afternoon.
thank you, Randy.
Randy
Randy
Ricochet.
Ricochet.
We have not had him in here in a while.
Oh, man. Let's see. We've got a bunch of comments just kind of chit-chatting.
Yeah.
Need some more comments
Everybody rocking
here.
and rolling.
I just like that
Dave
we got a
Detail,
fan here.
Ron saying hello.
Oh, of course.
And then
Skip
Dave
Ron.
saying, can you ceramic coat over hydro dip panels?
Oh.
You can. Again, let them cure as best they can, especially once they're fully dry. But yeah, you can ceramic coat over the top of them. And then Ron saying, use Diamond ProTech Body 36 on our black two-door Jeep Wrangler. The owner was blown away with the way it looked. Nice.
Love that.
Randy saying hello. And then Ron saying, FYI, the podcast looks a little blurry.
Looks okay on our monitor here,
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm not sure what
probably
you're
just
saying.
your internet connection.
Be sure to take a microfiber cloth and get the smudge off your
Yeah.
screen.
LHF saying, what's your guys' thoughts on the cheap car? Oh, what's your guys' thoughts on experiences with glassparency? We haven't had a lot of experience with glassparency.
We met the people, but we haven't used the product.
I've been around
so
a lot of
much.
people installing it. I've been
Yeah.
around the people of glassparency. Yeah, I've never used it, but you know what? Who actually has? Josh Brodels used it and said he
Yeah.
had really good luck with it. Josh Brodel was in our customer service. Now he's moved to a different department, but he's a
now
big
in sales.
He's a pretty big fan of it. What I'm actually doing, to be honest with you,
Go
you
for it.
know what I actually want to try?
What?
I want to try that freaking Glaco stuff.
Mm.
That you know what I'm talking about? The Glaco stuff. You were at Waxstock. You were
Yeah.
there for the release of Glaco.
I was?
Yes, 2 years ago. The orange stuff in the bottle, the glass coating.
A rare instance where
Glaco,
Levi doesn't know what you're
Glaco.
talking about.
You were there with the water thing dripping on the windshield at Waxstock.
Whereas this year at Waxstock, we saw them again. and we
Soft
talked about it for a
99
bit.
stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't with you.
2 years ago.
He means 2 years
You were
ago.
there.
I know, I wasn't with you.
Oh, maybe you weren't with me.
Well,
Oh,
this
okay.
year we saw
I
it
think it was
again,
the two of
and
you
we talked
guys
to the
standing
guys
there.
on our stream.
I don't remember. I didn't go to
Okay.
the Soft 99 booth last year.
Oh, you were. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Maybe that's what it was.
Well,
but
it was fun digging through their bin. It
Nice.
felt like
Yeah.
going
anyways,
through
but you want whose video actually one that
Japanese
sold me
vending
on the
machine
not
kind of-
sold me, but got me interested in the Glaco stuff. It was honestly it was freaking what's his name? The car cleaning guru. Like I watched it.
This is lovely.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the car cleaning guru. Yeah, so I saw his video on the application,
Right.
and it was just weirdly satisfying seeing how it's applied. Basically, what it is, there's a compound cleaner, right? It's this stick with a felt pad on it, right,
Yeah.
which looks like a traditional kind of felt pad. I genuinely think that compound cleaner is probably like cerium oxide with maybe like a little bit of like some compound and other abrasives in it. But you use that with a little bit of water, I believe, to clean the glass, right? You scrub the crap out of it. After you scrub it all, that's when you rinse it all off, which is what you would do with cerium oxide, which and it's kind of a brownish tint, which is why I think that's what it is. And then after that, then you use their sealer and you go over it and you seal it and you coat it. And it's got some pretty crazy hydrophobic effects. I mean, it's nothing... Probably like nothing. It's nothing that our coatings wouldn't be able to produce as well. I just think it's a kind of a cool little trinket, right? It's like a fun thing, right? I see it. I go, I want to use that. Looks fun.
Their stuff looked fun. I like the vibe.
Yeah, they were really on our live video when we were walking through. They really pitched the whole thing. Do you remember that?
No. He was talking to us for a while, and he was going through every.
He went through every single product in the bucket, and I said, "That's really cool." And I'm like, "Cool, awesome." And he goes, "Yep, I'll take all that back in the bucket." I go, "All right."
Well, like I said, it felt like looking through a Japanese vending machine because it's all like really bright, colorful packaging. I enjoyed that. That was fun.
Variety.
So, we got Joey here.
Joey says, completed my first post-surgery wash yesterday. Wheels and everything. Boy, am I feeling it today. Hurts so good. Joey, we're proud of you, man. You're getting back out there.
Nice
with a man of your size, right?
Yeah. A real Jack Reacher type gentleman.
With an arc reactor inside your chest, going out there and doing those
literally
details.
built
it's insane.
differently now.
Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
It's
nice.
Randy Ricochet says, Levi, you'll always be the cheap car challenge champ to me. It's not true, but...
Oh, man. They can't even let me have a win.
I appreciate it. Kirby Thompson says, Levi, stop blaming buyer's remorse.
Oh.
I don't
he doesn't have remorse for the truck. He loves that truck.
Remorse for
he loves that truck.
But thank you, Kirby.
Just sucked.
Franco, TRC crew, been talking to a local detailer and recommending you check out TRC products. What does he need to do to get the detailer deals? Anything specific, or is it just bulk buys?
No, he needs to sign up for the business program.
Or the dealer program.
Depending on if he
available right on the website.
Yeah, go there. We don't talk about that enough. Guys,
I swear we need to talk about it every single
If you run a business, you need to be signed up
Pull it up the website.
Somebody, please, populate the website on the screen. We can walk you through it.
He ran away.
Or not.
Maybe he's there.
Okay, use your imagination.
Anyway.
So, the business program.
Oh, yeah.
If we scroll down.
Scroll down, Nick.
All the way down.
Or Glenn, whoever's running that.
Going down.
Hey, look, right down there on the left-hand side,
it's
lower
not very
corner.
Easy to find.
The business program.
Okay,
exclusive
perfect.
business discounts, assigned coupon codes, member-only deals. All you have to do is apply.
It's
got to create a custom account and then apply for the business program membership. You get 15% off all microfiber towels, 15% off all chemicals, pads, and accessories, 15% off already discounted bundles and kits, 15% off all TRC branded hats, t-shirts, and stickers, and then an additional 5% off all wholesale cases.
That's nuts.
Priced less than $275, and 10% off all wholesale cases priced $275 or more.
Freaking crazy. It's literally crazy.
It's like almost 50% off on the case quantities. So
it's pretty nuts. So basically, you do have to be a business owner. You have to be running a business, right? So when we look at the applications, we look to make sure that you are a verified business. You have an address. You'll typically have like a tax ID number.
You don't need to be a big business.
Yeah, but I mean, like you can manage somebody else's business.
Yeah, right. But if you have to have all the information.
Yeah, you got to have all their info.
And you can apply. And I mean, and honestly, we have a pretty high approval rate, but it doesn't cost anything. Like you get all those discounts just because
you filled out that application.
We want to hook you up. And so, and if you do want to sell product, right, you could become a dealer, which is more of like a brick and mortar style of being a dealer, and you get a lot of the same discounts, but with intent to sell. And
the ability to break cases.
And ability to break case quantities, which we'll basically to say, yeah, you can sell our products through brick and mortar, and there's no issues with any branding or trademark or anything like that. So, anyway, check it out, man. It's freaking amazing. Rick Smith says, I was detailing the other night and stepped out to find a bear in the yard. Oh, my God. Should I put out honey?
Oh, Rick.
LOL.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I'd put out honey necessarily. Maybe try to become friends with the bear. Train the bear.
Ooh.
Right?
Offer it some peanuts.
Get the bear to start riding a unicycle.
We will not tell you to train a bear, just so you know, Rick.
Well,
we want you to stay safe.
It would be very impressive, though.
Those guys at the rag company told me
that guy got a detailing bear. Look, he's out there detailing
maybe
the car.
show it that you're detailing.
It's crazy.
Adam saying, Levi, except for drying, is there anything I can't use the purple pearl for? No. It's that good.
Whatever you want.
Franco just laughing at the bearded hunter, saying yeehaw. Sean saying dudes. Birch.
Oh, the birch.
The birch has landed. What's up,
dude? Man, what's going on?
Ron
Simon
telling
Birch?
people to smash that like button. Please
do that.
Simon saying, I saw a video about the FTW in red the other day. Was this a flashback or a teaser for it to come?
No, it was a short that I pulled out of the actual video, and I just said, how come detailers always want red towels? And then I just posted it out there.
Oh,
people responded to it. So it was just a little commentary
just
on
a
red
tease,
towels.
Something. Dave Detail saying Polestar or Swift?
Both. Why not both? Polestar is one of your main interior cleaners. Swift is your interior quick detailer when you need to spot touch-up stuff. Let's see. Hans says cross-eyed Tony is looking around for new attic people. Better watch out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
That version of me would be the person that puts people in the attic for sure. Let's see. The one who shall be nameless says, I think he once said my name is actually Kevin.
Thanks for being intentionally vague.
Oh, yeah.
Keith, it's fine. I like coming up with new names for you.
No. So there's two, right? There's two people that say the one who shall not be named.
No, there's only one. That's the one who shall not be named.
Okay,
and he told us his name, but I continually change it to keep him on his toes,
Kelvin.
so he can always remember. It's Kelvin now.
You're a union.
Franco saying we call it blue eyes. One blue this way, the other blue that way. Eric Wright saying just ordered a second pack of dryer wolves from TOC in Canada. They are really good towels.
They really
good,
are.
Man. Yeah, we really like the wolf pack towels and the dryer wolf.
We're glad to hear you like them too.
We haven't been promoting them a whole lot. And it's not because we don't like them. It's just honestly,
there's so much different stuff we carry. We gotta give attention to a lot of different
things. But I mean, we really are pumped about those towels. And it's funny because the brown one has always been like my favorite, right? Whenever I see the brown one, I go, oh yeah, it's the Wolfpack towel. Yeah. But the dark gray one looks so freaking good too that it catches me off guard. Like I'll be walking by and I'll see a stack of towels. I go, what is that? It's the Wolfpack towel because I see the border on the outside. And I go, yeah, cool colors. Just the coolest freaking colors. And they told us that nobody would like those colors.
They literally said to us, no one will like those towels. That colored towels. And Anthony and I said, watch us. We're going to run it. We're going to see what happens. We laughed as everybody loved them. Ron Ayotte says, Hans, I hear he is baiting his people trap with Stroop waffles. Franco, that's it. I'm Googling Stroop waffles.
You didn't know what they were?
Yeah, Augie grabbed some, and he's so excited because he was going to have a cup of hot... He goes, when I get to pizzas, I'm going to have a cup of hot chocolate.
Does he put it on top?
And I'm going to put my Stroop waffle on top of the hot chocolate.
Soften it up.
To make it squishy.
I want a Nutella caramel Stroop waffle. Is that something that they make?
I'm sure you can find one.
Like a hazelnut chocolate.
Oh, I'm sure you can. It's probably a Kinder Stroop waffle.
Well, it's so Nutella's so popular over there.
Kinder chocolate is Nutella.
Right? Yeah.
They own Nutella. So
Robert Spurbeck saying, newbie to your channel, question, any advice on a product called OptiCoat? It's different from other ceramic coatings, ? Boy, you came to the right place.
Welcome. Very excited to answer your question here. So yes, OptiCoat. It is one known as the original ceramic coating or original coating.
It's pretty OG.
The OG. It's been out for over 20 years. And yes, it is different. Many coatings are that you see nowadays are an SiO2 based coating, which means they're silicon dioxide coating. OptiCoat is a silicon carbide, an SiC coating. And the reason for that is it lasts longer, it's stronger, it's got better chemical resistance, it's got better scratch resistance, and it just repels dirt and grime longer. And what's fun with an SiC coating is it doesn't need to continually be retopped with traditional SiO2 spray sealants.
It just works.
It just works. It just needs to be cleaned and clarified once a year through light decontamination washing. One of the cool things about OptiCoat is technically you don't need to wash your car all that often. Same with like other coatings that are carbon based, like Diamond Protect coatings. They actually do better when you don't wash them that much. Like they actually hold up. They're strong. You can wash them if you want to keep your car clean, but you don't have to. And that's kind of the benefit of it, is that it's protecting and keeping the vehicle protected underneath. It's doing the work. And so where traditional SiO2 coatings do need to be washed quite often and then do need to have a topper reapplied because they lose some characteristics along the way. So that is what makes OptiCoat different. We have Gloss Coat made by OptiCoat, which is their 2-year entry-level coating that is SiC and SiO2 blended together. It is a hybrid coating, and it is very cool, very easy, and one of the best entry-level coatings out there.
Additionally, we also carry the entire OptiCoat maintenance line,
Yep, and we
which
carry
is
the
something
OptiCoat
that we
maintenance
should
line.
definitely mention, because if you decide to get your car OptiCoated, you're going to want those products to be able to maintain it as you see fit. But it's definitely something you can find with us, and really not too many other places.
Yep, there you go.
So, and you were an authorized installer for quite a while.
I was.
So he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
And I had it on my car too, so
You
I
did,
loved it.
yeah.
All right, moving along.
Anthony still has it on one of
He
his
does,
cars.
on the Evo.
Yeah, that lasts forever.
Yeah.
That particular car.
Don B.
Yep.
Hey, TRC crew, going to do Uno Advanced and Defender combo. I know Levi's mentioned how awesome this is. Tips or tricks for the application of both? How is this process different than Protect and Beadmaker? Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since, I developed Protect and Beadmaker,
Oh, well.
I think it's only fair that I let
Protect or Protect
the Protect and
Yeah.
Beadmaker
combo.
I think it's only fair that, Anthony, you talk about Uno Advanced Defender combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony,
I
go
mean-
ahead and talk about Levi's invention.
Yeah.
His discovery.
So what you're going to want to do is use the Uno Advance like you normally would, wipe it off, and after everything's wiped off, then you go back through a little bit of Defender and a nice short pile towel, such as an FTW or 365, do some cleanup.
That's it.
That's it.
And that's the difference. There is literally, so with Protect and Beadmaker, Anthony loves wiping off Beadmaker or wiping off Protect with Beadmaker. So he leaves the Protect on the surface and then uses the Beadmaker to remove. The difference that I do with Advance and Defender is Advance, you have to remove the Advance. Okay? Remove that, then let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then do your final touch-up with your combo with the product. The reason for this is because of the ceramics in Advance, they do have a tendency to need to set up, and they do have a chance that they need to off-gas. So you need to be able to let it sweat after you've wiped it all off. You'll see there's going to be a light haze still. Even after you've wiped it all off, you'll come back and you'll kind of notice some ghosts in the paint. They are not high spots. It is just ghosting out of the clear. That is when you come in with the Defender and you wipe off all that excess with the Defender, and that's how you get that streak-free, nice shine, as well as all the slickness that you get from Defender. So, hope that helps, Don.
Well then.
Ron says, the Roops did Uno Advance today. Took the swirls out of a 2019 Honda CR-V I detailed. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Han saying, what? Did Tony steal my tricks? IK replacement sprayer tops in store soon.
Are you talking about
The ones we talked about during TRCMA?
the sprayers, like the trigger sprayers?
I believe that's what it
I
means.
think we're still waiting.
Yeah.
I think it might be another month or so. Might be closer to SEMA. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We have Tom Sheningo,
Tommy Chicago.
with hopefully a very good-looking steering wheel nowadays.
That's
right.
right.
I
Right.
would
Says,
think.
hello, gents. Would you guys pick Hyperseal over Guion Wet Coat, or would you say you can't go wrong with either one? Thank you. I've heard great things about Guion Wet Coat. Hyperseal is just what we have the most experience with, and we've always just loved that product. It's kind of tough to say. I don't know. I'd have to see a comparison maybe between which one might look best. which one would feel the best, but I will say that you wouldn't regret Hyperseal by any means. We have the one who shall remain nameless says, any chance TRC going to happen to import Dodo Juice? After watching Waxstock, I feel the need to have Dodo Juice in my garage, even if it's just for the name, color, and scents. There's no plan to do that, but I mean, I would agree with you, man. I mean, they're really cool looking products. They do smell great. I believe that they've done, or not I believe.
We love the brand.
I just know that PJ and Dom have done such a good job with the marketing over the last couple of years with kind of rebranding things.
Yeah.
There was a period of time where Dodo Juice was, it was just, everything was looking a little dated for a couple of years there. And they went through and did a whole rebranding, and it just looks awesome now. I mean, the colors, the scents, a lot of the chemicals still have the same potency and all of that, they're still easy for consumer to use, but strong enough for professional to be able to use on a daily basis. But
and they're not new to this. They've been doing it for a good long time.
They've been in this game for so long. Like they know the detailing industry, and they've known it. I mean, since God, they were doing magazines, they were doing car shows, they had so many cool little I don't know,
tie-ins and all
trinkets and bits and all that stuff from over the years.
Yeah.
And they were pouring their own hand waxes. I mean, they still pour their own hand waxes, which is just super cool to see. Do you know they had a wax room?
Yeah.
Like it was a dedicated.
I was there.
Remember that?
I was with
It's called
you.
Madame
It was
Tussauds.
their dedicated wax
When
room.
we went to Dodo Juice last year.
I'm like, do you guys ever form people out of these waxes and wax?
PJ's like,
don't open that door. Don't open that door.
No.
These weird wax people are walking out.
You asked too many questions.
Jay Hall says, gracias. And then we've got Robert Spurbeck saying, any advice on a product named OptiCoat? We did go over this, but was there
Answered
anything
your
to add
question
to it?
there, buddy.
Yeah, we
So.
did that. All right. Then we got Ivan Ramos here.
Hello, guys. Within the KCX lineup, what would be the best interior dressing? Could it be diluted? Best methods to apply? I'm trying to get a semi-satin finish. Oh, that's Topstar, dude. Get Topstar and use it. You'll be fine. And you can literally spray it on a towel, wipe it on your panels, and you're fine. You're good. That's your semi-satin finish. You could actually dilute it, add a little distilled water to it, maybe go 1-to-1 with it, and get it even flatter if you want. So, or you spray it on straight and you let it sit for a little bit, and you come back to it, and it'll start to darken up. Or you spray it on and leave it overnight, and it'll dress it really well.
Okay.
So. Franco saying, TRC crew, I'm a big fan of the last detail. Use it exclusively with addition of the DIY gold standard, which I've been using and I'm kind of falling in love with. Would the last polish and the black SDO Lake Country be sufficient to remove Diamond Body 36? Yeah. Last polish and a black foam? No. If you're using the last polish and black foam, I don't think so.
STO? No. You'd have to go up to orange,
the
man.
At least an orange.
You'd have to go up to orange. Actually, I don't
Maybe
even
even
know.
blue. Last polish is very
Because the last
soft.
polish is just not. It's
And Diamond Body is actually very
you need to be
strong.
Designed for
you need to be on
finish.
just the last cut, the original
The
compound.
last cut compound will.
Yeah, either use the last,
Slice
either that
it.
or use that DIY gold standard and bump it up, and you use like a blue or an orange SDO or HDO pad to really break that. And you may not even get it then.
Kevin says, any chance TRC's?
Kelvin.
Okay, there we go. We already answered that. Wu J says, guess I'm going to the liquor store for some 303.
All right.
Okay.
And then Mary says, hello, guys.
Hello.
Question about clay sponge. Do you let it soak in rinseless and let drip dry? So you can bring it out and then just let it dry and then put it right back in its container.
Yeah. You get the
Remember,
majority of the
everybody,
moisture out that you
always
can.
put those clay products back in the container they came in. Do not throw those away. They serve a perfectly good purpose
Not a
to
throwaway
be able to store
package.
things.
Don't
And
be
all of
like
them,
me and just toss them on top of like a bike truing stand.
that's literally what you do.
Anthony comes over and he always sees my clay towel dried sitting on a truing stand.
Or I see
like, "Oh, it's just
his
sitting right here."
ultra clay scrubber
Dry as a
sitting on his
bone.
workbench next to some sawing project that Augie had, and
Got a
I'm like
little
there's
dust on it.
sawdust on that. Oh no, I'll just wash it off. It's okay.
It'll be
Next
It
up
is
here,
meant to be cleaned.
we've
so.
got Demo says Rana Yote says, is it blurry? Just refresh your page.
Go.
Franco says, Mary, yep, you can twist it and ring it, but it could cause the synthetic clay to separate from the sponge. Just be gentle and last for a long time. Yeah, I mean, don't be too worried about it. I mean, just squeeze it out. Just squeeze out the liquid. Ivan, Levi.
I lost the matte finish look on my wheels. They become kind of ashy. Any idea what I can use to coat them to restore them to its matte look finish? So this is hard, Ivan. It depends on the type of wheels. It depends on the finish that they are. So like on the Elantra, I've got some focals.
Yeah.
Right? They're about
high performance. They're lightweight, high performance.
They're about 5 years old, 6 years old. They've started to die out a little bit.
Okay.
Right? They're starting to get like ashy. Mm-hmm. I am not going to polish them up, and I'm not going to coat them again because they're getting to a certain age, right? So what I do is I just take dynamic dressing and I spray it on the wheel when I wash the car, after I get done washing the car. I dress the tires and I dress the wheels. Or I can use Shine-All in this case. And I let it sit. Then I come out with a dry towel, dry microfiber towel, and I dry the wheel off. And I dry all the dressing off the wheel.
Okay.
The dressing on those matte black finishes will restore it to make it look a little more shiny, but it'll stay fresh, new matte black. It doesn't last forever, but it's going to last till the next time you wash it. Now, the next step is if I want to try and refinish that, there's two things. You can either powder coat them again, or if you're careful and you've got maybe an hybrid and maybe a 3-inch machine, you can try and repolish those wheels. The problem is sometimes that powder coat, when it starts to get ashy, it loses its own colorant. And when you go to shine it up, you're going to make it blotchy because you're going to start finding spots that are going to be able to get glossier and other spots that are going to stay flat. And you're not going to get the correction that you want out of it. So for some people, I just dress my wheels again and call it good. If I'm going to powder coat them again, I would coat them. I put a coating on my Mambas, on my Suburban.
Yeah.
You're what now?
My Mambas on my Suburban. Everything looks great. They still clean up wonderfully. I've noticed they've started to get a little light. Those wheels are higher quality than the ones on the Elantra. So those I would take off because I look at those and I see they're even. I could polish those out.
Sure.
I could polish them up a little bit and make them look nice and black and fresh again and be worthy.
You don't need to go too aggressive.
Worthy to have those cut again or coated again. So it just depends on the wheel, Ivan. All right.
Okay.
J Hall
That's fair.
says, I bought the spray bottle of PNS Interior from you guys. Can it be diluted? Best dilution?
1-to-1.
Yeah.
If you want. You don't
Express.
have to.
And then we have Adam who says, Glaco was made for Japanese airline when landing during monsoon season. This stuff works.
Wow, nice.
Interesting.
That's a cool little story.
Beard Hunter says, Top Star is the way to go for interior trim. No need to dilute either. It comes out super thin. Spray into the applicator, wipe, let sit, level excess, and dries to a satin finish.
Lovely.
There's no denying that Top Star is one of the best looking interior dressings you can use.
Just works.
Gary from Long Island says, so with Absolute, the bucket smells fine. After a week, the sponge smells horrid. Why is that?
I mean, most rinselesses seem to do that.
You leave a
It's
towel
not
in there,
unique to
it's going to do the
Absolute.
same thing.
If you think it might smell kind of weird, you should give 914 a shot. I mean,
Oh, that's gross.
smells. Yeah, it smells even worse.
Was there not
It
a
just-
bucket that
I don't
had
know.
a
It could be-
mouse or a rat crawl into it?
No, it could just be the product breaking down. I don't know if it's or maybe the.
A lot of
I
it
don't
is
know.
that, like, so O&R has nitrogen
Yeah.
Okay.
in it.
Yeah.
And as it sits and settles for 3-4 weeks, it's going to release some of that.
Yeah.
And when you leave a material in it, like a sponge or a towel, it would cause it to deteriorate a little bit. The thing that we've noticed the most is if you leave the ultra black sponge or the big red sponge in, nothing happens
Yeah.
because of the synthetic nature and the porousness of it.
Yeah.
but a microfiber towel will hold on to that organic material. So it'll hold on to the dirt, and it'll hold on to some of that grime. And you leave that too long, that just turns to mud and starts smelling.
So it's actually ends up being dirt, mud, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not really the liquid itself.
Gary says he also can't get the smell out of the UBS. What can I try? Did you try washing it with detergent, dish detergent? You can do that too.
Maybe. Actually, so at this point in time, we are going to, it's 3 o'clock. We're going to take a very quick break. You're going to see some messages here, some stuff that we've made, some stuff that our partners have made. But sit back, relax, enjoy. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
See you in a few.
Triple S Slip, Slide, and Shine, a collaboration between PNS and the Rap Institute. We start off with Slip, and that is all about getting the perfect prep for vehicles, whether it's commercial, color change, or PPF. High quality microfiber towels for cleaning and buffing, ultra clay towel or scrubber. Spray first with absolute rinseless wash as a general clean using the blue edgeless 365. Spray again with absolute rinseless wash and use the ultra clay for a smooth finish. Wipe off all the residue. Now degrease the surface using the yellow edgeless 365 towel. And with that, it's time to slip. Spray Triple S generously on the prep surface and evenly spread it around with the purple pearl towel. This step is about coating, not removing, so don't press too hard. And put extra focus by applying Triple S to the high peaks. The final prep step is to degrease just the edges and any deep recessed areas with a focused application of 70% isopropyl alcohol. And with that, now it's time to wrap and roll. Triple S helps lower the surface energy, which has multiple benefits. It makes it easier for aggressive wrapping films to slip across the surface. More importantly, it keeps the film from getting what is called sanding, as well as adhesive lines, by slipping across the body lines. With the material ready to squeegee, we are now ready to slide. Triple S can now be sprayed on the buffer of the squeegee, which allows installers to use less energy and wrap faster. Additionally, the unique blend of Triple S helps reduce scratches to almost zero, even on sensitive wrapping films like this black matte color change film. And with everything squeegeed scratch-free to the hood, standard finishing can be done. The final step is all about shine, and this is a win on many levels. Spray the finish section generously with Triple S and use 2 purple pearls, one to evenly spread Triple S, then the other to buff it for an optimal finish. The final result, whether it's matte, satin, or textured, is perfection. Triple S will last months on the final wrap, which means it'll help ensure quality that will last, a hydrophobic surface that is easy to clean and maintain, and note that Triple S, though it helps the material slip during the install, still results in a strong final bond so the material is durable. Triple S, Slip, Slide, and Shine by PNS and the Rap Institute. Your all-in-one wrap solution for commercial color change and PPF.
Hello, and welcome back to the second half, the fun half of Q&A Thursday.
That's what we say, right?
That's what we say. So, hanging out here, having our fine, cool beverages, and hopefully you got some snacks at home while you're watching here, too.
I wish I had some gummies right now. Some stale gummies.
That's your move. Yeah.
So, thanks to Dirk, right?
Yeah.
With all my gummies that I
You were able to bring
home,
some back.
right, from our UK trip. He got me these tubs, right? So what it is, it's an assortment of like Haribo gummies, right? Mm-hmm. It's called like the Fantastic Mix or something like that. Yeah. But it's a tub that has a ton of different things that I've never had before, right? Okay. Different worms that are different colors. There's butterflies. There's alligators. There's dinosaurs. Yeah. There's all these different gummies I've never had.
So does your child also enjoy these gummies with you?
So I had to.
Have you started it?
I gave her a bite, right? She's a crack addict, right? Like she had one. I saw her eyes light up, and I go, "Oh no!"
You're like, "Oh no!"
I'm like, "Oh no! I can't give her any more, right?" Because then she started fiending for it, right? And she started to have little tantrums, right?
She needed it.
You know, she's almost 2, and she needs her fix, and so I can't get her on the gummy train. However, I did crack open that container, right? Yeah. But let it air out on the top shelf,
nice.
Right? Where it's
getting. So that way she can't get to it either.
She can't get to it. And they're fermenting right now, so they'll hopefully be as stale as they can possibly be. I mean, I want them to pull out teeth.
They're oxidizing.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's going to be nice. Mateo saying, greetings from Brazil. What's up, man? How are you?
Hey.
So, guys, this is Q&A Thursday, as always. Making sure you ask those questions, get them in so we can get you some answers. Joey Belinsky says, amazing Fallout Boy cover, Anthony. Bravo.
Mm-hmm. That's what he does.
Yeah, there you go. And then Franco with the squirrel power, the one who shall remain nameless, saying shout out to Liana and Maui.
I heard about
Hawaii.
that. That is really bad.
Lahaina?
What?
Lahaina? Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
Fried in a wildfire. Like
what is
really,
it?
What?
Really
fried
bad.
wildfires?
Fried in a wildfire?
Like Lahaina just cooked.
Oh.
Just like
I don't know what Lahaina is, Dave.
It's in Hawaii.
In Hawaii.
I've been there. And it's like a town, you know, and stuff. But it
the
basically
whole town's gone.
Like they're all just fire devastated the place.
Wow,
so,
crazy.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's crazy.
That's not good.
That's
really
horrible,
bad.
Robert Speck 30 minutes ago sent another question, wanting to know if we had answered his question. And Robert, we have.
Yes.
Take a look at it. Maybe go back and listen
in
to
depth.
it. Yeah.
Franco says his business. He's a business owner for sure. I'll let him know. He's been using chemical guys and wanting to try other stuff. Okay, yeah, get him on the Rag Company train, man.
Simon says, "Oh, we want the red FTW." Dane, you're gonna have to have a talk with your dad now.
Here's the thing
about that.
Not you, Simon, but someone else had mentioned a red FTW, and it was like a little sleight of hand trick because the video I was talking about, that short that I put out there, was talking about red eagles.
Yeah,
and then Kim popped in the comments and said, here's trying to manifest a red FTW. And then a bunch of other people like red FTW.
They're manifesting.
Because the 2 towel videos we released recently have been the Eagle and the FTW.
Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, you don't want a red FTW.
No, we were trying to discourage people from wanting red towels.
Again, red is it's the thing that's most heavily dyed. I mean, that's the 1500. It's
For every person who loves it, there's like 10 more who are going to complain about bleeding.
I don't know, though, because with our new dyeing technology, especially what we've been doing with the 1500, I mean, a red FTW
we can't
feasible,
prevent people from finding new, exciting ways to bleach
But this is
color
why
out of
we
their towels.
have over 160 different microfiber towels.
This is how it happens, and then people are like, "Oh, you have too many different products." It's like because everybody wants something different.
And then people say, "You guys are turning into chemical guys because of all the different towels you have."
We're trying to appeal to a lot of people. We weren't just doing it for no reason.
No,
we're doing it because somebody asked.
Anyway, moving on.
There's a difference.
Franco seconds that emotion.
Yep. And then Crisscross says, long time no see, guys.
Crisscross, welcome back.
Just did a coating this weekend for a buddy of mine. Question regarding applicators and towels. For each coating and the applicators for each coating are the applicators one-time use, same as towels. Depends on how you want to do it. And depends on the coatings. Some people will demote everything they use for the coating. Some people will toss it into some detergent like Rags to Riches and try to
save the applicators,
save them, and
towels.
try to be able to use them again. Other people just build the cost of the towels and the coating into the job itself and simply throw them away.
Yeah. Well, remember, like Pearl Pucks, 2 sides. So use one side, and then maybe when you're done with it, you can mark it and know that you used it already.
Put like a Sharpie mark
Yeah,
on it.
like a Sharpie mark on it, and that way you know you use that side, so then you have that other side ready to go for the next time, and you can let that dry. The other thing is sometimes people use their applicators. They will try to save them for the purpose of becoming dressing applicators in the future. Mm-hmm. They are not going to use them as a ceramic coating dress applicator again. They are going to use them as a dressing applicator for the tires, for trim, or they become solution finish applicators. That's why they try to save them. The same goes for towels. You're going to use them as interior towels or, cleaning dirty jobs or tires or wheels or things like that. So, but yeah, you can.
Hans Closen says, red on black FTW, yes, please. And then we've got him saying, just buy regular stroopwafel and put some Nutella on it. And I guess that's true. I didn't think about that.
Joey loves his ingenuity.
Yeah. Franco says, Han, that's too much work. We got who got time to detail a Stroopy
Stroop. Oh boy, it's just back and forth.
Okay. Rick Smith.
We got Rick.
Rick, any suggestions? I got a 91 Mercury Grand Marquis. That has some type of overspray on the roof and hood. Should I try to compound first or polish? Other than that, it's in really nice shape. It feels rough, looks fine. Rick, here's what you're going to do. If you've got clay, use it. If you've got our clay sponge or clay scrubber or clay towel or clay mitt, use it. That'll be the best way to get that stuff off. Your second favorite thing, grab a white towel and some lacquer thinner and wipe it down. That should hopefully help that, remove that, especially on that 91. Then hit it with a polisher. Try and get that stuff off.
Superauto 2K, fellow GT aggressor enthusiast, says hashtag slop stroopwafel.
So that
nice.
sounds disgusting on the surface. However, I would say spin it. Treat the stroopwafels like the pancakes. Pour some, syrup on it, or maybe use the honey. Pour that on top of that.
Dang, we're getting to too sweet of a territory.
That's
here.
ridiculously sweet.
But just think about a sloppy Joe, some sloppy Joe mix on the.
I don't want a slop waffle
in between. It's just eat it like a sandwich.
Like
a sandwich. Speaking of which, a slop dog does sound good.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about? Does anybody ever made sloppy Joe like just sliders? Right? They're just sloppy Joe sliders at a restaurant.
Tinier sloppy Joes.
Yeah, just tinier
sloppy sliders.
Yeah, sloppy sliders.
I think you could have those made.
Honestly, also, right? If you wanted to incorporate a slop dog flavor into maybe a more manageable eating solution, you could just cut up hot dogs and throw that into the sloppy Joe mix.
You could do that too.
That would be,
you could just take a
just
scoop and put it on a bun.
the process.
Right?
Yeah.
Dane, would that change your opinion on loose meat? Because now you have no solid shaft in there. in the
Slam
mix.
burger helper.
Yeah,
It's just ground
it's just
up
a bunch
hot
of
dogs.
loose
Slop
meat.
burger helper. Oh god,
It's
all of
even more.
it sounds
It's
so
even more
gross.
loose meat.
Oh,
Joey saying, I
Slamwich.
know I've said it before, but O&R in the steam mop is a goat at floor cleaning. Also, I sealed the countertops with Defender the other day, and them things are slick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice.
Agreed.
awesome.
Hans Closen says, I already have 15 spare IK sprayers in the house. Long live TRCEU. Wow.
All right.
Don B, excellent. Thanks for the tips in advance on Uno.
You're welcome, man.
Defender. And then Hans Closen says, Dodo Juice Clearly Menthol Glass Cleaner is really great. I've been using that for years. I think
Menthol
Jack even
glass
said that
cleaner.
stuff's pretty killer.
Yeah.
Ron
mention that when we were
says Sandemo, and then what do we got here? Franco says, Have you ever have IK
Hans.
sprayers, Hans? You ever have IK sprayers that get finicky on the way they spray? I've got 3 that either mist or stream, nothing in between. Trigger sprayers,
Maybe it is
and I
a
keep
half.
them clean too. Stillies, Levi.
No,
Yeah.
never had that problem. Stillies, Andy saying, gonna test for county corrections officer job tomorrow. $35 or 35 hours a week, full pension. Hopefully I'll pass it, and I'll have a full mobile setup for sale. I will miss these podcasts and y'all, but not detailing. Stillies is looking to do a little career change.
I guess
Nice.
so.
Yeah.
And he's been doing the detailing. It's been good, but it's been tearing him up physically. So,
Well, Stilly,
Andy, good luck,
best of
man.
luck to you, man.
Good luck.
Yeah, man. Whatever you decide to do.
Do what makes you happy.
We'll be here.
Yeah.
Come
you
hang
can
out.
still listen.
We'll still be around.
You can still listen to the
Catch the
podcast. You don't have to
replay.
miss them.
Yeah.
You still listen.
Graham Marshall says, I have Dodo Juice's original 8 waxes in the glass jars going back to 2007. Holy
There you go. Nice,
smokes.
Graham.
That's
Nice.
got to be pretty cool, right?
That is
little,
cool.
Little taste of history there.
Don't eat it.
Don't eat it. And then
Ron saying third time's a charm. Franco saying still eyes mobile instead of stillies. Still eyes. He says, so sick of polishing turds that are just going to return to Mister once I'm done.
I get
I know,
that. You feel
man.
like you're
I
on the
know.
hamster wheel. I get it.
Well, good luck, brother. Then Robert just says, thank you for all the information about OptiCoat.
Yeah.
I just had it professionally applied by an authorized detailer.
Nice.
Excellent.
You'll like it, man.
Well,
You're,
glad,
you're on
Robert.
the right
Stuff.
path.
Yeah,
If got
you can pick
OptiCoat,
up,
you're
like
good.
Dane said, pick up our OptiCoat maintenance
We got
line.
the maintenance line. So pick and choose what you like and take care of it that way.
Mary says, I kept package. Remember you saying that? Thank you.
For the clay.
Yep. For the clay.
Yep.
Spencer, getting close to wrapping up the biggest agricultural job of my life.
Ooh.
Ceramic coating 4 John Deere 8530s and 2 S780 combines.
Combines are huge.
Any
my
guesses
God.
on this, Bill? Spencer.
That's
I
gonna
think
be
he
a
might be looking to pick up himself a Jaguar F-Type.
Dude,
when
I
he's done
think
with
I think
this.
he's gonna get whatever the heck he wants. out of
Whatever the
himself.
bill
yeah.
is, I hope it's
Holy
higher than what
crap,
the
dude.
AC
I-
company
Two
is about to
combines?
charge me.
Would a combine
Yeah,
would be nuts.
that's wild.
Yeah, don't step
like,
on the wrong
I guess,
side
like,
of one of those.
Well, I guess like what
Well,
you're
Dane, it's not
coating
driving.
just
I know.
everything painted.
Everything
Still
is
a
paint.
scary looking farm.
You got
implement.
guys dropping $250,000 to $500,000 on these farm equipments.
Yeah,
So of course,
Yeah.
code it.
I know,
Yeah.
but like crap, man.
No, it's a lot of hardware.
That might
sure.
actually be where the real money's at. I mean, that's what you might only have to do. What, a couple jobs a year?
Yes.
You
good
don't
to
need
go.
to do too many to keep yourself afloat, I imagine.
Good work, Spencer. Good
Yeah.
work. Yeah, mostly I use one for alkaline wheel cleaning. The black sprayer stops spraying after a few months, and the white HC leaks near your hand with them too when you pull the trigger. Yeah, I've gotten that a little bit with the leaking on some of the original ones, first gen
Oh, the early
white
ones.
HCs. Yeah. Spencer says, also, I would love to get TLC Pro Plus in a gallon. I know, Spence. I'm sure you would.
It's good stuff.
And then Kelvin saying, oops, sorry, my question did go through twice. I need to do a better job, pay more attention to the show when I'm watching and driving.
You should be focused on driving.
That's right. No, keep watching. Don't worry. You can drive and watch. I do it all the time.
For safety's
Hans
sake,
saying,
you're listening
all
while driving.
sprayers die
that's it,
with that,
right?
though, but the IK ones last the longest. That's right, Hans. Then Franco says, Hans, try taking your trigger heads off and stick them in the bottle of water and pump them with the wash with clean water, then throw the water away so you don't drink it. It makes the
drink
triggers
from it.
last longer, and it makes it and is more convenient than distilled water using drinking water. Ron says, best of luck on the exam. Andy, it takes a special person to work in corrections. My nephew's a CO in Vermont.
There you go.
Franco says, I use them daily and last a few months, so not really bothered by it. I always have a few extra sprayers with me. Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
There we go.
Everybody giving a thumbs up and a good luck to Stillies and Ron. And then Super Auto saying, when a long, hot, sticky flight to the UK, what TRC applicator suggested for a dusting application of Gold Bond? I'm thinking the round wax applicator sponge with the finger pocket.
I would defer to the wheel mitt.
I think if you can like load that in, like into like a nice puff. You know what I'm
That'd
saying?
be all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is like
Yeah. It's like that.
it's like the old pop.
Because the Pro Puck, it would fall off. The
Yeah,
Pro
you'd
Puck.
have you'd lose well, it's not a it's more of just a straight up hit.
You know,
Pearl
okay,
Puck.
you know what I've done?
Okay, you're not
The
hitting a brick
old-
wall.
Yeah,
So you are with the Pearl Puck. With the pocket, you've got a little more. You can flop it a little bit, and give it a little more.
I would
more
have
clap.
used I would have used probably the Eagle applicator sponge.
Ooh, that would be
right?
nice,
Because
too.
that I can have a
Yeah.
little bit of a firmer grip. Load up
Realistically-
those Eagle fibers
Well, the
and-
long pile gets to places that just the thing itself won't. So
Yeah,
that's
The
exactly.
dryer,
just good looking
the drying smitten. That's really the best for the application.
That would have been great. And you can use it on other people too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Give them a helping hand.
Yep, you flip around.
Franco.
Super Auto saying
yes.
pat. Yep. Frank, how do you suggest folks take care of vinyl stripes on newer vehicles? Would you coat them like the clear coat, like the clear
think we
coat
went
paint?
over this one.
Can you apply PPF over the entire hood and clear? Yep, Frank. You can coat everything. Just don't if you PPF over the whole hood, coat everything over the top of the PPF, not the other way. Ron says, my nephew got a big promotion.
Ooh.
He works with those prisoners whose sentences are up and transitioning back into the real world.
Okay.
Nice. That's
Very
cool. Good for him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Han says the pearl puck or the applicator. Franco says pearl pick for the pearls, scrub ninja for the itchy spots.
Maybe use a clay scrubber. I don't know. Oh dear.
Or
this
he
is
says
back and forth.
Scrub ninja on a stick for back scratcher.
Oh, now you're talking.
There you go. Hey, Dan finally arrived saying, woo, finally able to make it to a Q&A Thursday.
No
for lunch
way.
at work.
Hey.
How are you, brother?
Can't believe it. Dan the man, dude.
Dan
in the
the
flesh,
man.
or in kind of
Hello.
the flesh.
All right. David Cervantes saying, gotta go, gentlemen. I have a final exam to take. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. See
You
man.
too,
Have
buddy.
a good one. Franco says, just confirm that Hans is actually a bear in a human suit. Okay.
He's the man with the dragon tattoo. All right. Wow, are we really on to page number 1 now? You guys, keep
2.
these detailing questions coming. We got a ways to
Joey's
go
saying,
still.
Franco's saying that's a big brush you're going to need. I'll have to get one. Super Auto gummy bears soaked in vodka
No.
are a pretty damn good weekend snack. Anthony, you might have to try that.
I've been doing that
All
since
right.
my college days.
I was going to
Yeah.
say,
I was the-
sounds like
I
a
was-
Jello shot
No,
with
I
extra
was the weird
steps.
guy that showed up to parties because people would be like, "Oh, we got Jello shots," and I go, "Don't worry, I brought
I
my
got my
own,
gummy
right?"
shots.
And I brought these vodka soaked
Ziploc
gummy
bags.
bears, right? And they go, "Oh," and they're like, well, I'm like, "Try one." And they stick their hand in it, and they start to get
They
kind of
get
like
gooey.
Yeah.
It's like the bear
And-
sweats.
Yeah, and they're just like, ew. I'm like, it's better if you just put it in your mouth, honestly. Don't look at it for too long.
Yeah.
Don't think about it
Yeah,
too much.
just do it.
Oh, no.
Graham says,
Graham.
I take it the matchmakers and Haribo sweets are long gone.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. They didn't last long here.
Yeah.
And then Han's saying, I'm making some stale gummies. I bought 500 grams of gummies. They're all out of their bag.
Oh my gosh, Hans, that sounds wonderful.
All you heathens making your gummies stale. I want the soft, chewy ones.
No,
Thank you
I
very
hate
much.
that, Dane.
Why
I
do
just
you
don't
want a
like
gummy if you
gummies.
don't want it to be gummy?
No, I want it to be chewy.
No, when I hear chewy, I hear tough.
I want it to
You want
be
tough.
tough.
Like a
Maybe
bad
that's-
steak.
maybe that's my new career
Tough.
right there. Tough gummies. It's just it's
Tony's Tough Gummies.
It's
He
Tony's
basically
Tough
just
Gummies.
reinvented taffy.
Yeah, it's Tony's Tough Gummies. It's
Tough Gummies.
it's a borderline stale gummy company.
Yeah.
Tony's Tough
right?
Gummies are yummy in
where,
your tummy. All right,
where
we're done.
we guarantee that any gummy that you're about to consume
It's gonna be
is
tough.
at least been fermented for over a year.
Right.
Right?
You
Right?
keep saying fermented. I think you mean it's been exposed to oxygen.
Exposed to oxygen.
It's not like it got
It's going to be
alcoholic all of a
dehydrated
sudden.
for
I know,
well
I'm not,
over a year.
I know I'm not putting any anything like vinegar.
These are
or anything in
kombucha
there.
gummies.
But the
Kombucha.
yeah, basically, I would guarantee that any gummy you have would not be produced earlier than a year of the
Yeah,
time of eating
okay.
it. Yeah.
Oh no. To each their own.
Super Auto says that's about the only way I could enjoy Haribo gummy bears. And then Simon Bach saying red FTW. And then Lies Dane, we want the red FTWs. Demo, we'll
you
probably
guys
see a
don't
red
know what you
FTW
want.
before we see another Twitch stream from Dane.
You know what's so funny? I was going to do that tonight because I actually finished moving my office up from downstairs.
Joke's on you
So
guys.
Dane,
He's
got
gotta
it
do
set
one.
up.
Dane, don't under promise.
No,
you gotta
no, I got to set up, but I have nothing behind
don't
me, so it's a
overpromise,
blank
it's just
wall
under-
right now.
yeah.
There's nothing exciting to look
don't
at.
over
behind me.
promise and under deliver.
Yeah.
Give them what they want.
You'll get
Hans
exactly
giving the
what you
laughs.
get.
And then Miller saying, what's up, TRC crew? I think the FTW would be sharp in a gray or black. Hans saying a royal blue FTW. For those of you guys that don't know, we made another FTW that Obsessed Garage is carrying right now.
That's right. That's a secret FTW.
You might go check that one out over on their website. Hans says, I'm drooling at slop waffles. LHF saying, Dane, slop waffles are a family tradition here in the deep south of Delaware. The recipe has been passed down for generations.
Why do I feel like that's actually a real thing?
Yeah.
It could be.
Sam Taylor says, I'm always finding my way back to Blue O&R for interior cleaning. Stuff just works, and I can't be mad about it. What is your favorite off-label use for the OG Blue O&R?
It
I
can be
just
used
use
literally anywhere the water can be used. It could be used.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Rick Smith says, I use the DIY decon towel on the Mercury. Still rough. May have to use lacquer thinner. So the DIY decon towel is very similar to the Ultra Clay Towel and the PNS Clay Towel, Reset Towel.
Okay. Yeah.
So Miller says, have you guys tried the Aquatech coating applied today in the topper called Bliss, which is a paste? Worked really well, and the topper went super slick. Spent the day applying and watching some TRC videos. Thanks, Miller. I'm glad it worked well. I've never tried it. I've seen some pictures and videos and some jokes about it around the internets, but that's about it.
I hear Bliss, I think of Angel Wax.
Yeah. Rocky Iverson saying, coming from the islands, Dane, what you remember is no longer there. Historical buildings from over 100 years old are burnt to the ground.
I'm so sorry. That really sucks.
Yeah, it's a bummer. All right. And Spencer Mason letting us know he is getting that Jag.
Wow.
30 grand in 5 days. Ceramic coating, all painted surfaces.
Dang.
He just bought it brand new for $680,000. We charge 1% of what it's worth usually. That's smart pricing.
Pretty solid
Telling you,
pricing
that's
structure.
a couple jobs a year, and you're good.
Yeah,
that's smart,
wow.
dude. 1% of what it's worth. Nice.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a small amount, but it's a lot to somebody.
Dude,
Yeah.
I would,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd
But
probably,
I mean, realistically, 1% of whatever your new Civic is that you're going to buy.
we'll just think.
Say the white Civic.
Well, think about it. What you could do
1%
is
of that.
If I didn't work here, knowing what I know now, right? I would just reach out to farmers around the country, fly to them, right? Go do that job, right? For what? Once every 2 months,
Yeah.
right? Go do that job once every 2 months or whatever it is. Take the rest of the time off to hang out and do whatever.
Set yourself up at the New Holland dealer, at the John
Right,
Deere
yeah.
dealer.
That'd be
I don't know if
Crazy
you've
store.
noticed, but we live in Idaho, where there's a lot of farms.
I know.
There's literally
but
a
we also-
tractor
But then he has to
museum
work. He would have to
downtown.
work.
I know, but then I have to also work too, and it's too much,
Well,
Dane.
I'm
but
just saying.
and,
It's possible.
I couldn't
It's
imagine
right there.
leaving here, going home, having dinner with my wife, and be like, "Well, off to the farm."
Put on the coveralls and like,
Where are you
all right.
going? Gonna go do the combine. Well, don't you have to work tomorrow? Yep, I gotta work tomorrow, but I'm gonna be there for a couple hours, and it'll over the course of that'll take me 4 weeks to do.
But the farmer needs it. He's got to get this. He's getting this done just in
So-
time for harvest.
Yeah,
Few jobs later, and you got a down payment for a different house if you want to expand.
crazy. Levi, do you want to start looking into farms locally?
Anthony
Find
had,
some
like,
combines.
combine.
Like we can
Coating.
rappel
Cars
down
combines.
Combine coating.
combine coatings. Yep.
Combination.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Congrats
good
to
work,
Spencer.
man.
That's great.
Good
dude.
work,
Great
brother.
work.
Brilliant saying, say you get a little heavy-handed applying bead maker and it starts to streak. What's the best way to remove those streaks? Dream Maker actually works pretty good to wipe over
A
sometimes.
little bit. I paint prep from
paint prep. Yeah,
paint prep from PNS to knock them down a little bit.
yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much. Honestly, I feel like most bead maker streaks go away usually within a few days.
You
Even
just
if
have the
they're
sun, they'll go away.
Historically, a
Almost,
move you can also use is to apply more to the towel and not to the surface,
Yeah.
and then go over it that way.
Joey Belinsky says he will gladly be the first investor and consumer of Tony's Tough
Oh,
Gummies.
thank you, Joe. I appreciate
do
that.
we need to spell tough T-U-F-F though?
TUFF.
Tony's tough gummies.
Tough Gummies.
I love that.
Tony's tough gums.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Anthony,
Yeah.
just grab a bag of Swedish fish to Superauto.
yeah. Swedish fish. I love Swedish fish, but those sometimes aren't even tough enough for me. I want them to
I
be
love
tougher
Swedish
than that.
fish. That's about as tough of a gummy as I'm
Demo,
interested in.
gummies are not real food.
Tell that to Lars.
Yeah.
My God, he eats those things.
Yeah,
like crazy.
Franco kombucha gummies. That's funny.
Kombuchummies.
Yeah. Ron saying Haribo needs to make a commercial with the TRC crew. We have a lot of
that would be my
Haribo
dream.
stuff.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, Steven saying, gents, any tips on the tongue scrapers? Would plastic one do the job sufficiently enough, or does it have to be made from stainless steel? Thanks.
plastic-
No, plastic.
plastic is fine.
Plastic, man. You
Yeah.
gotta go
I
plastic.
think we
Let's go with
all
the
use the
plastic.
plastic ones.
Yeah.
The metal ones honestly kind of freaked me out.
No, don't.
I have an Oral-B one with 2 scrapers on the back and 2 brushes on the other side, so you can scrub and then flip and scrape.
So I have a couple different versions, right? So the one I have, it's a double arched
double
function.
end.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's got like a backup blade.
So it's got a backup blade. So it's a
Okay.
double bladed. So it's got like the first loop, and then it's got a second loop over the top, right?
Yeah.
With the rubber kind of whatever it is flapper there that kind of gets in there for a really good scrape
an
effect,
initial
right?
squeegee followed by pickup pass.
Yeah, and you know what? It works beautifully. But I also have my road trip scraper, right? Which is a quad O, right? So it's basically
Yeah,
it's like
a-
4
it's-
O's in a
It's very
stack.
strange. He pulls it out of his bag,
Yeah.
and it's got these shapes like
Yeah.
this
Yep.
that go smaller as they get to the bottom.
Yeah.
And he go, and then it's got a handle on it.
Yep. really long.
Oh my god!
It's very strange.
So
but,
It's longer than my toothbrush.
yeah, but he shows it to me all the time, and then he demonstrates how to work it.
So I'm wondering why they haven't invented this particular form factor yet. But say you've got like your existing tongue scraper set up. It looks kind of like a pool, net that you use to skim things out of a pool, like a skimmer. But you put it in there and it's got multiple blades. But say it has like a lobster trap or something. It has a clamping bottom part that does the same thing underneath, and you just
Because we have that things under our tongue. It would catch that.
I mean, maybe.
What's that called? The thing in your tongue.
Then
But
you
say-
want something to suck onto your tongue and then pull it out?
Basically, it's like a guarantee that it's going to just get everything at
Tongue
once.
extractor.
Tongue extractor, yeah.
So
pull the
that's
tongue out.
our
So it's
other.
like you got to
all
power it on.
around.
No, you power it on. It's literally it rinses like you put like mouthwash in there as your extraction solution.
Yeah.
So it dispenses and extracts all in one run, right? So bam, sucks on the tongue and pull it back, right?
So
be
the
crazy.
reason for the underside
would
thing
taste so good.
is actually to make sure that it remains stable and applies as much force as possible without actually hurting anything. The underside is like a rubber band. It's got some tension, but it's not too much. The top
Okay.
part is where it's stiff across.
Yeah.
So that's the part where it's scraping.
Yeah.
It just
Maybe.
with a little practice, get pretty good at it.
Randy Ricochet says the tongue scrapers are awesome. Thanks to y'all, got the family all set up with them and living a better life. I am so glad that we had that conversation. We changed so many
changed
people's
lives.
Like, not only is it more hygienic, right? Your food tastes better. You're happier, right? You don't have that nasty cream or coffee
Yeah.
breath that people had for so long. It's insane, dude.
The
Enjoy,
telltale white
guys.
tongue.
Enjoy the world we're living in.
And then Grant saying, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, TRC proudly brings to you Levi, Badass Gate, Dane, the Headhunter Hennon, and Anthony, JDM Fisher, the TRC crew. Thank you, Grant.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Grant.
it.
Nice.
Quite the
Yeah.
introduction.
Very kind.
Very nice.
Rick Smith saying,
to
I
see you,
tried
Grant.
Dr. Beasley's dash coating for the first time, followed the directions, and it went on fine. Any tips or suggestions? No, have fun. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Dave Morrow, thanks for all you've done for the detailing community. Quick question. My Eagle 500 is leaving tiny hairs on my windscreen after I apply bead maker. Why is that? Dave, you might have some loose lint colors inside that
Loose
500.
lint and then glass is. I mean, the Eagle 500 is
like
not
it
our
on
favorite for
glass.
glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really a towel meant for glass, generally speaking. So, FTW.
Andy's
is really what you want.
rethinking.
Andy's rethinking detailing right now after hearing Spencer's farm
Suddenly-
gig there. Yeah.
There's a lot of money there. 1% pricing. How great is that?
I mean,
That's nuts.
it sounds
Charge you
like a great
1%
deal.
of whatever you paid for it.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
See the price tag.
Yeah.
LHF, Tony's slop gummies have a great ring. Oh, Franco, combined kit, 5-gallon ceramic, Wagner power sprayer, and pearl towel on a stick for leveling. All right. Yeah, there you go. And then LHF saying Tony's slop gummies have a great ring to it. And then Spencer, Anthony, we're hiring. You have my email. We're only 5 hours away from home, but charge $1.50 a mile. For a John Deere 8000 series, it takes 12 hours start to finish, and we charge $42.50 using Roar coatings.
There you go.
Takes about 30 mils of coating to do it
30.
I'm impressed 30 mil is all it takes.
There's no way.
on the tractor.
Okay. Yeah.
combine.
On the combine, combines are huge.
Yeah,
usually.
I can see maybe the tractor doing
The
that.
combine's
yeah.
got to take like 60 to 80
Dude,
millimeters.
I don't even know how much that would take. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Probably too much. But
wow.
that's pretty fun, dude. Have fun, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Joey Belinsky.
Oh, Joey with fanciness. He got himself a copper scraper. Supposed to be good for you or something, but it works great. Fresh
His tongue
tongue
starts
gang.
turning green or something like
It
that.
just starts
That's
really.
pretty
on,
fancy.
man?
That actually sounds pretty fancy.
If your tongue has patina,
Yeah,
you're doing
Joey
it
Belin-
wrong.
And then Franco says that sounds like it tastes tangy.
twangy.
It's like pennies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Franco
no.
like using a penny on your lotto
Spicy
scratcher.
meatball. Okay, so at this
Oh,
point,
nice.
we're caught up. We gotta
I love it. Guys, we're
shoot the
like
breeze
behind here. We got to
Guys,
catch up.
All right, so start throwing those questions out there because, yeah, we're at the end of the line right now.
So in the meantime, I guess I'll just throw this out there.
Yeah.
So right now, for people that care enough, the There's a Evo 9 that has popped up on not Obsessed Garage. Well, I'm talking to
That
Matt.
was an
I'm
Evo
talking to
8.
Matt from Obsessed Garage about this right now. But then Evo 9 just popped up on Bring a Trailer, right?
Yeah.
It's got like 2,300 miles on it. It's an Evo 9 SE. It's probably one of the nicer ones I've ever seen. And I just sent it to Matt Mormon, just saying, "Hey, I think this is your
Time to upgrade."
No, this is your backup. This is your giveaway car.
Your backup
This is
beater.
your
Yeah,
sacrificial
right, you said that.
giveaway car, right? You just gotta buy it. I think that car. I wonder how much it's gonna go for.
Is it
might
an
go for
MR or
SE,
SE? Okay. Oh,
which
yeah.
is the 5-speed. So
Technically, the SE is even rarer than the MR, right? Or no?
about the same. The SE was the GSR that they had left over. That they
Right.
were like, we need to like figure a way to.
But I thought there
sell
were
these.
fewer of them than.
Yeah, probably around the same amount. Yeah,
because the
probably- there
MR's
might-
got the 6-speed, but the SE got the 5-speed, like you said.
Yeah, then
Anything else that made the SE stand out? Different seats or something?
red stitch seats, and that's it. But red
Okay.
stitch seats were really freaking cool. So, anyways, I saw that pop up, so I sent that over to Matt. I told him,
Nice.
hey, just something to think about, right? But pretty cool.
Spencer needs you to know that the last thing is, Anthony, have you used the flex tape from SEMA?
Ooh.
Also, the best part about polishing them tractors and combines is it's all single stage paint, so we just removed the oxidation.
Nice.
Just switch to TLC Plus, and absolutely love it.
perfect.
awesome.
No,
The
that's
flex
awesome.
tape, I think, is literally in my backpack still.
I think it still is, yeah.
I think it's still in my backpack. I haven't had a chance. I just keep forgetting about it. But I'll probably have to give it a run.
So-
but,
Oh, go ahead. I was going to ask Spencer a question. When
no,
you're
that's
done.
that's cool though. That's single stage, so that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So what I was going to ask Spencer was, as single stage paint, is it like traditional, like what you think of tractor paint, like what I put on my brake calipers on the
So-
Beamer
so
that
it's-
time for toughness and durability?
Tractor paint.
Because it is very tough. So you're using TLC Polish Plus or Pro Plus? Okay, yeah, you're using Plus. But I was just curious what your pad you're using. So anyway, interesting. It's tough stuff.
Still, he says my Rupes was cutting in and out.
Oh.
Second time this has happened, Rupes said it was cord abuse. Lol. Yeah, Andy, I never called Rupes when my cords would go out. I'd just order a new cord from them and
You were able to
install it
change it.
myself. I went
Yeah.
through in my first 21 that I bought in 2012. I put probably 8 cords on it in the time I've owned it. So it happens. It's just part of it. The one we built, the 15s that we built a while back. Mine finally, my cord's starting to go out. I need to get a cord and put it in. So
So he says this is the second time it happened. Did you send it into Rupes to have it like rebuilt or something before?
probably, yeah.
Guessing that's the case.
Spencer saying combine takes 62 milliliters usually. So
Okay,
he's
so I
buying,
was pretty close.
yeah, a couple
Yeah.
bottles of coating.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Stilly.
Yeah, and still he's saying the Ruper's users see these machines not last very long. It's just the cord. It's just the
There's a big difference between the whole thing having
Yeah.
issues and just the cord.
yeah, the cord just happens because it's the wires and they do break. And you can turn and twist and maybe get stuck behind a tire and just pull just lightly. I mean, there's so much stuff that can go on with just the electrical cord itself. It's only attached by like 3 little pieces. It's not a lot.
How
so
many parts did you replace on yours from the time you got your
just
original one?
brushes and cords. That
Okay,
was it.
just standard
and backing
stuff.
plates.
Okay.
Yeah. Just stuff that normally goes out, which is backing plates, brushes, and cords. That stuff's normal. It's like buying a car. It's like tires, wiper blades, headlight bulbs.
Oil changes.
It's just normal. It's just
Yeah.
normal maintenance.
Yeah. People who magically
know.
expect a car to just work without them doing anything to it for years and years.
Yeah,
That could be a
yeah,
problem.
but with the hard part is with a tool that sometimes people feel like that cord is part of that,
Right.
And that is the thing that can break quicker than most. I mean, I had cords that would break as soon as I'd replace it. Mm-hmm. My guy would use it, and another guy would just twist it, turn it, do something wrong, and that cord would break again inside, and I'd have to order another one.
And
so
to that point,
I know the frustration of it.
Yeah,
You know.
and to that point, talking about like extension cords get worn out too, that kind of stuff. I mean, naturally, as much movement as you put on a cord, it's eventually going to fray and wear inside. But with a tool, it's moving a lot more than a normal extension cord on its own would be, like
Yeah.
even on a contractor
Well, and you gotta remember,
site or something. So you would expect it to
companies
break
now-
down sooner.
Companies now are really, really working on cord minders and cord
Little things.
Yeah, it's the ounce of
strengtheners
prevention.
to try and create, because on all polishers, Flexes, Harbor Freights, Porter Cables, any of the new Makitas, any of the, even the Griots, any of those machines, the cord is going to be your weakest link.
Well, and it's also a challenge because the tougher you make it, the harder it is to flex and move and all that stuff. So you got to find a compromise between usability and durability.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Grant saying Jesus Dane Lobster Deadliest Catch Tongue Edition.
Lobster trap.
Franco saying Spencer, that's bananas and cool.
It is cool.
And then Joey, here's a question: what is each
of your favorite new brands / products that you don't currently carry at TRC? I think you passed on a little.
I've been using DIY's new gold standard polish. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Anthony?
That we don't carry.
Yeah. Stuff that you're always interested in. Obviously, you don't want to telegraph future plans, but there's always stuff we're looking at, testing, eyeballing.
Each of your favorite new brand. I'm thinking new brands, right? Because there's things that I use that we don't sell at TRC, but I'm trying to think of new brands.
Well, like stuff that you got back maybe from.
I haven't had a chance to use any of it. Any of the new stuff I got, I haven't had a chance to use any of it. So I don't know yet. I will say that there is stuff I'm using, but I just can't talk about it now.
That is a problem.
Yeah. Eventually, maybe soon.
So, we'll some other stuff. We saw some cool brands when we were over there in Waxstock, but once again, as I mentioned in previous shows, I feel like right now, not seeing anything that's like groundbreaking, unless somebody knows something I don't out there that wants to point out like something truly different that just hasn't existed before in the space. I'd be curious if you guys have seen anything like that. All right, Stilly.
Yeah, it is the cord. Had to borrow a Max Shine DA, lol. Oh my gosh, what a piece of junk next to my Rupes. Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Well,
Spencer saying not quite like a rattle can, more so color and clears mixed together. Pads turn whatever color the equipment is. Think of it maybe like a lighter gel coat or airplane paint. Done a few of those. Yeah, that's it, like Emron.
Mm-hmm.
And then still he says, just wish the cord wasn't the way it is. I know. Han saying, don't wind up the cord, really. Only make loose loops. My cord is replaced once after 5 years of daily use. Yeah.
That seems
a lot of it is just,
that
but I mean,
normal.
it doesn't, but Hans, we could have that too. I mean, it's a good choice, but you could have that, and
everybody's situation is different.
It's still going to break.
As a former cable wrangler myself, though, big loops.
Graham, you did that on a lot of different movie sets.
Yeah,
film
music
sets.
videos, sets of all kinds. So
Right.
Definitely
Those types
wrangles
of
and
sets.
cables. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
LA.
film school was a trip.
6-speed in an Evo is a glass hammer.
It's not true. People just don't know how to freaking drive. I literally attribute that rumor to being that people don't know how to drive cars. And do you guys know what I'm talking about when you've ever seen? Okay,
people propagate these stories on like forums and groups and stuff. And it's not unique to the Evo.
Do you know how many people are bad at driving a manual transmission car? It's insane.
Lot of them.
It's insane how many people who are like, yeah, I drive a manual transmission car and I know how to drive. I'm a real driver. And I look at them drive, I go, what are you doing, man? That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, you should not be driving. Like, not even it's like that it's abuse. It's that you're not driving it well.
Yeah, they ride the clutch for way too long.
And then something happens and they go, oh, man, this is garbage. And I go, dude, you're a bad driver. You don't know what you're doing. And it's so weird because, there's a lot of rumors like that. But no, I know. I don't know. I know so many people on the Evo 6-speed transmissions that have never had an issue. It's always the guys. It's always the guys who are like, dude, that transmission wouldn't even take 700 horsepower stock. And I go, what is going to handle that much power stock?
I think it's just their brains are calibrated for the 4G63, the engine, and how much power that can take. Not really thinking about the transmission.
I don't know what it is. There's some other things that can go wrong on that car.
I just need to pop in some Hyundai 5-speeds.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Or the funny thing, it's like all these. Not myths, because there is truth to it, but it's not nearly as drastic as a lot of people make it out to be. You say Subaru, and 5 seconds later, some guy's joking in the background, head gaskets, and then you go over and say EcoBoost, and people laugh about the water pump. You say BMW, people make Vanos jokes. Like, there's all kinds of cars out there that you could just come up with some kind of dumb, thing.
There are people,
and it happens to some people. But people really blow it out of proportion a lot of the time.
Well, it's just there's a lot of people in the world, and there's a lot of people that have opinions, right?
Or like you have like a Hyundai
lot of people have
Theta engine or
wrong
something. I think
opinions.
that was one that was a more.
And there's a
recent
lot of
example.
mob mentality in the car world where
Yeah,
people, you know, jump.
people like to feel like they're part of a group, and if they see something going on, they don't want to be left out,
Yeah.
or they don't want to be on the receiving end, so they want to be part of the mob.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
Rick saying, I can't get anyone on board with getting their mowers detailed and coated. They think I'm crazy for doing my own. It's funny. I fell down a rabbit hole the other night of mowers
Yeah.
and people coating the underside of their mowers.
Underside, so they don't
And
want
they're
grass
trying to
stick
find
to it.
coatings. It's because they don't want grass sticking to it so they can wash it out, because they're the kind of people that rinse out their mower after every mow.
I'm trying to think. Is the underside
And-
of most mowers nowadays, is it like a plastic tray, or is it still metal?
No, it's painted.
It's painted metal. Sometimes
so-
it's like bare metal.
Yeah, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But basically, these guys were talking about putting stuff on. Some guys are like, oh, you just put WD-40 on there underneath.
I feel like they would just stick to it.
And everybody's like, yeah.
No,
And then
actually,
other
no.
guys
Maybe
go,
change it.
other guys go, well, you got to remember, they're going to hit it with a hose
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
So they go, this is great because it beads up and it keeps all the stuff off. Other guys busting out the turtle wax, busting out the Mothers, busting out the McGuire's spray
Yeah.
sealant, the ceramic seals, spraying those in, which is
Wow.
kind of crazy. I was a little surprised by
How
that.
long before somebody just PPFs it?
That's what I was saying. I was getting it. I started following down that route, and I was like, "Oh, this is
Of
a problem."
underside mower coating?
Underside mower
You
coating.
literally just get like a
It's
pattern cut
weird.
to fit, and you just.
So my problem with my mower is that I'm not having any problems with like a bunch of stuff sticking to the outer edges. What happens is my blades aren't kicking up the grass up into my bag in an efficient way. So what I have is I have a.
Do you have a twin blade?
I have a clog in the chute.
Yeah.
You know what
Cool.
I'm saying? So like right in the middle of the chute, I have to every once in a while I have to pop the bag open, grab it, right, reach my hand into the hole.
Grab yourself
Pull
a
it
big
out.
old
Sometimes
glob
that
of-
happens. It happens to the
grass.
I
best
have
of
to
us.
just pull it out and put it in the bag.
Yeah.
And it
Sometimes
just,
it happens to the best
I'm
of us.
embarrassed,
Yeah.
right? My neighbors are walking by, and I'm like
Yeah,
elbow
you're
deep.
elbow deep.
I'm elbow deep into my machine,
and it's sticking to you, and it's itchy,
Right.
and you start coughing it up.
My hands
Yeah.
come out all green, and they look
Yeah.
at me like, "What the heck is going on over there?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Don't worry about it."
So I put a new
making
blade on
friends
my
with the
mower
Jolly Green
this
Giant.
weekend.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I couldn't. I was cutting, and it was like going through the grass, and I was only going a few feet, and then just dying. It was too
Really?
tall, too
Yeah.
wet, too tall. And I was like, man, this is a hard going, hard slogging cut.
Yeah.
So I stopped what I was doing, and I went and just got a universal blade
Yeah.
because my blade was pretty chewed up.
It was
and
time.
I couldn't get the same blade because I
Okay.
went to a Home Depot instead of a Lowe's to pick up a Craftsman.
Kind of
blade.
like a backing plate situation.
Yeah. So I'm 1 inch shorter, but
Oh, okay.
however,
Increase the speed, perhaps.
no, but it's sharper.
Oh, okay.
And I was able to go through and mow my lawn and not have to stall out. I also grabbed a new spark plug.
You did some tune
Oh.
Did a little tune up. Was
Yeah.
able to get it to start right off the. I'm still running like 3-year-old gasoline in it
Okay.
because that's what I have a jug of.
Yeah.
And so I'm using that, and
Yeah.
so
Can't
I'm
let
still
it go to
running
waste.
some old gas.
But how does it feel
But-
the new blade?
What do-
Oh, it was
people-
amazing, cutting fine, cutting
Really?
real good.
What do
I might
people
need
do
to
with their
invest
like
in that.
old gas? That's just no good.
Just pour it in
anymore.
your yard.
Really? That seems like an issue.
What's it gonna do?
I don't know.
Kills-
That just sounds bad.
Kills the
That's what
grass.
you're
You're
supposed to do.
do that.
No, I use gasoline when I can't kill something.
I assume I have to
Right?
go up to the landfill and like go to the
Yeah, you do.
special like
No, you
disposable
do. That's
waste
what it's
area.
for. So-
go to the hazmat
but-
place.
That's what you're
that's
supposed
what I
to
was
do.
gonna
Dane.
do.
But
I
let's
have
just
a
say you've got a
5-gallon
neighbor
jerry
tree or
can.
something that you need to get rid of.
Yeah, but I don't want to kill the tree. The tree is perfectly
That's when you
kind.
pour the
It's never
gasoline
done
there.
anything to me. No, I wouldn't do that.
Just
to it.
returns to the earth, Dane.
It just goes back to where it came from. It's
no,
from
that's
the
not how the
earth.
dino juice thing
Yeah,
works.
it is.
It just goes back to
It's
the
just-
earth. It feeds the dinosaurs.
It's been refined since it was pulled out of the ground. It's not the
it
same.
used to be runoff. It was part of the distillation process of making kerosene. It was a byproduct. They were like, "What should we do with this?" And they said, "Let's pour it back in the river."
Oh, we got a lot of comments
Back
to
in
catch
the
up
day.
on, guys.
Let's be
So-
honest. Can we turn this into an honesty room?
So many comments.
Can we turn this into an honesty? Can we turn this into an honesty room?
You did not just say
Have
that.
we
Live.
okay, we've all done this at least once in our life. Have you ever poured out a chemical, right? Let's just say like something for lawn equipment or
in the
gasoline.
rock side of your house?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the rock
all the
side of your
time. I
house.
still do that.
I'm guilty of that. At
That's
least
what
a
it's
couple
for.
times.
You so okay. Well, what about oil? Have
Long
you ever
time ago.
have you ever
Past
done?
the statute
You've
of
never done
limitations.
oil.
No.
Have you ever done oil, Dane?
No, not oil.
You've never done oil.
I've done oil on my
Antifreeze,
driveway
though,
on
definitely.
accident.
Okay.
But I don't feel as bad about the antifreeze because there's plenty of cars that leak antifreeze in parking lots all day long.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a unique scenario.
Yeah. So.
And at least with rocks, it finds its way. Somebody's going to complain. I know.
I did
a
quarter tutor of oil in my college house in the rocks.
Yeah.
I did it because my roommates did it.
Ago.
Yeah. They're like, don't recycle. Let's pour it over there in the rocks. It's not our house. And I go, yeah, but I feel wrong doing this.
Yeah.
I did that a couple times. I poured a little bit of gas out.
But there are
in my
a lot
rocks
of places
before.
now that will take like your disposables, like from that hazmat disposables. You can go to an oil shop or something, and they'll take it and dispose of it.
You can
go to O'Reilly's and drop off your oil
Nowadays,
there.
it's not as much of an excuse.
Yeah.
So
it's just
if you're thinking about it, don't do it.
It's just funny how everybody's kind of on the. I think most everybody's on the same page of like, yeah, I've done it.
So
everybody's looking. They're like, just don't talk about it.
Like it's not a law. Like you're not going to get arrested for this, but it's like one of those like internal things where you
watch.
This,
he's going to get arrested.
This is wrong to do. You shouldn't be dumping this out. And
you should not do that.
But who trained us on that? Who trained us as humans? Did your dad teach you that?
No.
I don't know who taught me that.
But you should not litter either, because you need to value your environment and your surroundings and stuff. You want to live in a beautiful place, you got to keep it beautiful.
It's just weird because there's just this innate feeling where we all have to keep the world somewhat okay. Like there's a limit to where
you do your part. It's not necessarily an individual thing.
There's still those freaking people that will go out to the shoot out in the desert where they go and shoot things, right?
There's
and
out there.
They'll go literally dump their entire bed of garbage out there, and I go, you guys have no.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have like 30 comments now.
Just wish the cord wasn't the way it was at the top there.
Let's see.
We already answered that.
Oh, we did?
We've already answered all of those. So you need to go.
No, there's a bunch here.
No, Dane, just stop where you're at there.
Right here. This is where we were at. Yep.
I can't get on board. We already answered that.
Uh-huh.
And now I've been using a ceramic interior. Plastics has been a little splotchy, but it looks good. But splotchy. Does the Diamond Pro interior ceramics or leather have that problem? No, you coat it and then you wipe it off. Rocky Iverson says this was caused from winds of a hurricane that missed the state south by almost 1,000 miles. The winds it brought caused a brush fire, spread embers at 60 miles an hour to the island of Maui is only 50 miles. Wow,
that's really important.
So fast,
sorry, man.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that will decimate very fast. That's bad.
Dan saying, if you were flying somewhere and also plan to show someone the basics of car polishing, what would you pack?
Good question.
Honestly, the last cut and 3 pads and a machine. That's it. Simple, easy. Still, he's saying, Joey, new product, Def, not a new brand, Whiteout, foam cannon soap by Pro. Yeah, that's a good one. Rick Smith, any of you guys use ammo? I really like Larry's products.
We know Larry.
They're good.
He comes to our booth every
year. Great products. Franco with a $20 super chat.
Oh, wow. Buddy.
Oh,
wow,
shout out to Super Chats. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Franco. We appreciate it, buddy.
Yes.
Joey saying I'll check that out. Stilly.
And back to page 1.
Ron saying Rupes makes a cord clip. I need a couple more.
Yep.
Kirby saying need to use solution finish over hard plastic trim. Have you ever used Body Shop wax remover products to help in the prep steps of the application for solution finish? Chevrolet Equinox Sub. Or SUV. No, I've used what I use is alcohol. I'll use like straight 91% alcohol, ISP alcohol, and I'll actually get a little green scrubber too, like a kitchen scrubber, to scrub the plastics if I need to just kind of get some of that old wax and grease out. Spencer says I can agree on the cords on the Rupes. I use the Milwaukee rotors and we blow through a polisher every 5 months. Batteries are the biggest pain in the butt. They work for hours, but the clips get worn from use.
Yeah.
And then Joey, thanks for the answer and non-answer, Levi and Anthony. You're welcome. And then DIY Gold Standard used lightly on hard plastic trim with a medium to light pad has worked great for me. Yep, that's one of the great things about that Gold Standard is it works just like Hyper Seal or Hyper Polish. And then $10 from Ron Ayo. Wow, super chat coming in.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron. Dane, you want to put that one on there?
Yeah.
And then appreciate it. Franco, excited that Ron's kicking in. And then Ron says, I just ceramic coated my Toro lawnmower when I bought it. That's nice. Oh, Windstar Mama. Oh, I found you, you handsome, rich young man.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I thought I escaped the way. And is that the Choco Taco?
Choco Taco, man.
What a
The
combination!
Windstar Mom.
Delicious.
Man.
Oh,
Handsome,
you're so handsome and rich.
God. Kirby saying, I coated the top of my mower. Why waste product underneath? It will wear away on the first mow. Like I said, I don't know. I didn't know it was a thing. There are dudes that are seriously like,
but they're not joking.
trying
They're
to figure
actually
this
doing
out.
it.
They're
Yeah.
like really worried about this, and like we just want to keep the underside working its best.
What effort
and then I
did
looked at
people with
mine and I
mowers
was
do
like,
before this,
I looked at my 10-year-old mower and looked underneath, and I said,
it's gonna be fine. You know what?
Pretty rough.
Surprise. Paint it green, and then you'll just
then you don't
never
have to worry
see.
about it. Yeah.
You won't think about it.
Grand Hotry says, when you're pushing 600 horsepower, Anthony, they're glass hammers.
Yeah, but there's like 1,000 other things that will go wrong on that car at 600 horsepower other than the transmission. So if you're gonna push that much power, you probably should be redoing a lot of different things, not just focusing on the trans.
Well, and you find you enjoy yours right around 330, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I think those cars. I think at like under 500, they're a great time. At 600,
Much more reliable than
at
people
600
making
horsepower. I only know one person has one at 600 horsepower, and it's just a lot.
Yeah, and you blew the motor on that one.
Well, no, there was a different.
Well, there
one.
was the one. That was the other 600.
I think you were
That was
shifting.
Elvis's.
that was
You
the
were
other
shifting.
Yeah, that was the other 600 horsepower.
broke.
You know
Yeah,
that I drove that I blew up.
Something broke.
But again,
Well, it went from 600 to no horsepower real
yeah.
quick.
Well, let's just say the 5-speed transmission on that was great, but the motor blew. So I mean,
If it's not one, it's the other.
it is what it is, Grant.
Brilliant
let's
saying,
see.
Anthony, how are the brake calipers holding up on the RSX after painting them? I always see painted ones, and they seem to hold on to dirt, brake dust. And
Dude,
they're hard to
mine are
clean.
great. I coated mine though. So after I finished painting them, I did go over them with C5, and they look awesome. And I mean, I just literally rinse them off, and they have great water behavior on their own, and that's it. I think that particular paint I use though is just a nicer caliper paint.
You used G2, didn't you?
I used the G2 stuff.
Yeah, I've
Visually,
used
when
that.
you look at it, it's kind of like a. All right,
It's not the best finish.
It's hard to describe it. It's meant for textured finishes, so it has a textured look.
But you did yours as black, right?
Yeah.
It was basically a dark color. You don't see it as much when it's a dark finish like that. When I did my McDonald's brake calipers on the Jag XKR,
was
that was
delicious.
also G2.
Ketchup and mustard.
And that was your ketchup and mustard, and that was
great.
You could see it real well because it was a bright color.
Ketchup and mustard with a little bit of relish, Dane.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Ron says, my mower has a
great
connection
car.
to attach a hose. Does an awesome job. Just leaves a pile of green grass sludge in the driveway after shovel up. Mine does too, but that's why I never used it. Grant says, Anthony, you know the cars I deal with. And then Kirby says, the way to clean is never mow when damp. It helps more. Yeah.
There you go.
And then Andy saying, Anthony cracked me up at Waxstock Vids about smelling things. By the way, Anthony, you have to smell a foam cannon soap by Pro called Whiteout. It is yummy.
Oh,
We'll do that at SEMA. Rick Smith saying, back in the day, the old gas to remove tar and road paint from rocker panels. Yeah, that's what we'd use. Thanks again, y'all, for another great Q&A. Glad I got to hang out with y'all. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it, Dan, for jumping
Thanks,
in there.
Dan.
And
All right.
then, but yeah, no, we used to use gas all the time.
Yeah, it's a
I
good way to
hated
use
it.
old gas,
It's
right?
a good way to use old gas too. Yeah.
There you go. It's still going to function the same in that regard.
Well, this has been a fun one, guys.
It
Thank you
has.
so much. It actually was relatively, it was a pretty normal second half. It could have gotten way crazier.
No, it was like a light amount of crazy, but it was fun because we went down some avenues
Hopefully
that
we
we're
answered
not
all your
necessarily
questions.
detailing, but we answered your questions. And as always, guys, if you think up something between now and next week, write it down somewhere so you can remember, and then you can bring it to Q&A next week. We look forward to that. So anyway, while you're leaving today, if you could please click like on this video. It helps us out. And it helps you out by helping us out. We love that. Yeah. And make sure you're subscribed to the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel so that you don't miss the next time we go live, which, of course, will be next week for the main show podcast. Now, in between now and then, over on the Rag Co. main YouTube channel, we will have a video coming out this weekend, as he talked about with PPF removal using T and Ulex to get rid of adhesive
You get to watch
that's
me
left over.
suffer. It's me
You
suffering.
get to watch him suffer. So look forward to that this weekend. And that's really it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you all, and we look forward to seeing you, well, next week. Take care.
Thanks, guys. See ya.